jersey.
Yeah, he is.
But he's not a player.
Yeah, well, they have, if you look across, they have a gray jersey.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Barr-Reeve does it upright. But I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. You can't see because our camera is on the Barr-Reeve side. But right under our camera is the Liberty crowd. And they have brought quite a crew from Anderson, Indiana. I am completely surprised. Like I said, there's a good 4,000 here in this gymnasium that seats 7,000. And this is a 1A tournament. There is nobody at home in Montgomery, Indiana. And, again, Liberty has brought a great crowd themselves. So, man, super time here in the Hatchet House. Let's take a look at the Liberty Christian starting lineup. They will start at one forward position. That will be number 33, Jordan Harrelson, a senior, 6'5", averages 4 points a game and 3 rebounds a game. He is the younger brother of Jalen Harrelson, who starts for Notre Dame. So, again, Jordan Harrelson will be starting at one forward position. At the other forward position will be Monte Dillard. He is a senior, 6'7", second leading scorer, averaging 16.5 a game. He averages right at 10 rebounds a game and 2 blocks. Quite a presence on the inside. The league scorer number 1, that will be K.K. Martin. He's a junior, 6'2". He averages 17.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2.5 steals. He'll start at the guard position. At the other guard position will be Tywayne Fuller. He's a junior, 5'10", averages 9 points a game, 3.5 assists, and 2 steals a game. He is the nephew, and the folks in Anderson will know this name, Kojak Fuller. A matter of fact, people around the state that are old like me will remember Kojak Fuller, as that's the nephew of Tywayne. And at the other guard position will be D.K. Kelly. He is a sophomore, 6'2". He averages 2 points a game. Also, Camaris Allen will be coming off the bench, just a freshman, 5'10", and he averages 9.3. You'll see him very soon in this basketball game. So Harrison, Dillard, Martin, Fuller, and Kelly starting for the Liberty Christian Lions. We'll be back in 60 seconds for the tip-off of this as you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We'll be back with the tip-off in 1 minute.
Papa, let's go to Pizza King. I got the car keys.
That happens a lot at my house because we know the place for good times and great pizza. 2 great locations on 10th Street in Jeffersonville and the Pizza King station on Charlestown Road in New Albany. Also great daily lunch specials. Call in your order in New Albany at 812-945-4405 at 812-282-8286 in Jeffersonville. Great family fun and fantastic food at Pizza King in New Albany and Jeffersonville. An Indiana tradition just like high school basketball since 1956.
And you'll see my best friend, the train.
At Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville, service is our product. That's why customers are their friends, because they know it'll be fixed right the first time. Voyner's offers brake and electrical work, complete diagnostics, tune-up, engine repair, and that's just to name a few of their services. But they fix everything no one else wants to fix. Give them a call at 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. And let owner Tim Harbin and his professional crew fix it right the first time. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane, Jeffersonville.
And don't forget, Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane, Jeffersonville. Mention the game today and receive 10% off on all repairs through April 1st. We do have a change in the starting lineup. It'll be Marcus Boyd, a sophomore, 6'5", averaging 4 points a game. He'll be starting in place of Jordan Harrelson. He wears number 23. So, Liberty Christian, they are decked out in white. They are trimmed in red. And, of course, Barr-Reeve wins the tip. They are decked out in black. They are moving to the right of your screen. Liberty Christian will be moving to the left of your screen. Barr-Reeve with the basketball to open things up. We are underway. Good morning from Washington, Indiana. Home of the Hatchet House, one of the Indiana cathedrals of basketball. Out front with the basketball, Lodecker looks for the shot, doesn't have it, and now Miller.
You'll find many basketball cathedrals in the state of Indiana.
And there's a steal and then stolen right back. And then we got an over and back on Barr-Reeve. Martin with the steal, but then he lost it right back. And Lonecker couldn't get across the mid stripe, and it's an infraction against Barr-Reeve. And on the turnover, that was about 3 turnovers in that one play. Ball comes back over to Liberty Christian. Nice spin going up, can't get it to go, and that is Boyd with the missed shot, and down with the rebound. That is Yoder. And now down with the basketball, Yoder with it right now. He works with it, top of the key. Over it comes to Miller and Barr-Reeve. Patient offense. Miller gets it back out to Yoder. Yoder will set things up, and now Graber with the basketball. Graber, number 32. Lonecker drives, has the ball stripped away, and it belongs to Barr-Reeve underneath their own bucket. And I think a little bit of nerves to start things off here, Jesse, again, that's what Hoosier hysteria is all about. Comes into backcourt to Joshua Miller for Barr-Reeve. Barr-Reeve decked out in the black jerseys, trimmed in white with red trim. Lonecker works with the basketball. He's their leading scorer, the 6-foot junior. Barr-Reeve will be in no hurry. As now down in the corner, here's our first shot, and it's off in there by Barr-Reeve. Three-pointer missed in there by Graber, and down with the rebound, Boyd. He gets it out to Martin. Martin works with it out top. And now out front with it is Fuller with the three on the way. It's no good. Martin with the three-pointer, and down with the rebound, Lonecker, and we come back down the other way. Played over 2 minutes, no score yet. Lonecker works with it out front. Gives it up to Yoder. Nothing there. Miller now works with it. Gets it down into the corner to Yoder. Ball kicked out of bounds, and it still belongs to Barr-Reeve underneath their own bucket.
Yeah, just looking at the Lions, number 35, Monty Dillard is fired up with the way the defense has started. And I tell you what, once one of these teams sees the ball go in the hoop, the scoring is going to start flowing.
Yoder out with it. Doing a good job on Lonecker. He's their leading scorer, averages about 14 points a game. Ball knocked away in there, but retrieved by Yoder. Yoder out front with it, works with it. Miller looks for the shot, drives in, and nice back door, and Yoder misses the wide open layup. Hurried it a little bit too much, and we come back down the other way. Played 3 minutes, still no score. Fuller drives, lays it up, can't get it, but there to tip it back up and in. That is Dillard. Dillard breaks the scoreless tie, 2-0 on the putback. Little full court pressure right now. And there is a steal. Fuller, the length of the court, lays it up and in. And we're going to have a timeout taken in there by Barr-Reeve as Fuller with the steal and the layup. And we've got timeout here. You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 60 seconds right after this.
Angie Wilson, the Queen of Taxes, reminds you that it's tax time. Call 812-883-1266. And if you are a farmer or landlord, make an appointment now. If you've received a collection letter from the IRS or a State Department of Revenue, Angie is the one that can help. 812-883-1266. As taxes can be done online or drop them off at 107 South Main Street, Salem. Angie Wilson, Professional Services, truly the Queen of Taxes.
At First Harrison Bank, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need a loan for a home, car, or even your small business, First Harrison will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler is who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And after the timeout, right after the timeout, we have another turnover by Barr-Reeve. Turning the basketball over, that is Braxton Snider. And third straight turnover, and the basketball comes out back over to Liberty Christian. They lead it 4-0 with the basketball here with 4 minutes to go. And with the runner inside, that is Boyd. Boyd has two, and it's quickly 6-0 in favor of the Lions. Down with the basketball. Yoder goes across court. And a three by the lefty, and it's good. There, the Vikings on the board. The three is in there by Miller. Miller makes it a 6-3 ball game with 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Drive in there by Martin. Martin brings it back out to Kelly. Ball knocked away and picked up by Barr-Reeve. Turnover Liberty. And we come back down the other way. Yoder down the middle of the lane, lays it up and partially blocked in there by Dillard. We come back down the other way. Fast break, driving it in and laying it up. Good fast break. That's Martin, their leading scorer. And it's 8-3 in favor of the Lions over the Vikings. Full court press. Up with the basketball. Graber down in the corner. Miller's three on the way, and he's 2 for 2. Miller, 2 back-to-back threes, and that quickly makes it 8-6. Down in the corner. Dillard with the basketball, and now setting things up. That'll be Fuller. Fuller runs the offense and sets things up. Comes over to Kelly. DK Kelly drives the lane, looks for a shot, doesn't have anything. Fight for the basketball, and great timeout in there by Miller. Miller falls to the floor and comes up with the turnover. Quickly calls timeout. 2:22 here to go in the first quarter, and it's 8-6 in favor of the Lions over the Vikings as you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 30 seconds.
Rita's Taco Shop in Corning, known for the best Mexican food around. Something new, the Tour of Mexico. It's a dinner of those famous Rita's favorites for 2 people. Lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 3 for under $10. Also, don't forget to try the burrito bowls. It's real Mexican food at Rita's Taco Shop, located at First Capitol Place next to Heritage Ford in Corning. That's Rita's Taco Shop.
And welcome back as 2 minutes, 22 seconds here in the first quarter. It's Liberty over Barr-Reeve by the score of 8-6. After the turnover, Barr-Reeve, and after the timeout, Barr-Reeve. Yoder works with it at midcourt. Drives down. Gets it out to Miller. He's been the offense. He spins, goes up strong, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and we're going to have a foul. I think that's our first foul as bodies fly all over the place. It's going to be called on Miller of Barr-Reeve. He picks up his first. And that will be the team's first, and it will be Liberty's basketball. As Liberty will bring it up, 2:08 to go here in a first quarter of action from Washington, Indiana. And into the basketball game for the first time for Liberty, that is Barbar Larry, a sophomore, 5'10", averages right at 3 points a game. He wears number 13. Fuller with the basketball. Back out it comes to Larry. And 15-footer from the baseline is up, no good by Fuller. And we come back down the other way. Barr-Reeve on the rebound. Down with it, Loneker. Loneker drives now. Swarmed underneath, looking for someone to throw it to. Gives it to Miller. Miller goes in, looks for the shot, doesn't have it, and brings it back out front. Nice move in there, underneath dip. And going up and missing another buddy in there. That is Graber. That's 2 layups missed. Down in the corner it comes. Boyd. His three-pointer is no good from the near wing. And we come back down the other way. Coach Howington of Barr-Reeve says, okay, let's slow things down. Let's not get into a running contest with Liberty, because that's what Liberty wants to do. Up and down, and they are good at it. Yoder with the basketball, looks for the shot, doesn't have it. Loneker with the three, it's on the way, it rims around, falls off, no good. Miller down with the rebound, goes back up, and we've got a foul. Miller will step to the charity stripe for two, as we've got 49.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. It'll be at the line. That'll be Joshua Miller. He'll have two shots. The foul is on Boyd. Boyd picks up his first. That's the team's first. And stepping to the charity stripe, that'll be Joshua Miller.
As the first free throw from Miller, no good. You get a few substitutions.
As coming in for the first time, that is Corbin Boyd, a senior, 5'11", averages 3 points a game for Barr-Reeve. We'll pick up those replacements here in just a second for Liberty Christian.
It's Monty Dillard, and the second free throw falls. So we do get a substitution. Miller coming out for Barr-Reeve, being replaced by Miller Thompson.
Miller Thompson, 6'3", junior, averages 3 points a game.
The other substitution for Liberty Christian was Camarius Allen coming in.
Camaris Allen. He wears number 11. Also, Jordan Harrelson into the basketball game. Shot in there is no good by Harrelson. And down with the rebound, Barr-Reeve. As we move close to 20 seconds here in the first quarter. Boyd out front with it. More likely Barr-Reeve will go for one shot as Boyd looks up. Now starts the drive. Gives it off to Graber. Graber drives, and what do we have?
Looks
shot, like a foul. Foul before the shot. And one thing we forgot to mention, our fantastic officials who, hey, you make it to the Sim State level, you are some of the best in the state of Indiana.
As we have Scott Yarbrough, Brad Bain, and Craig Bechtel as our officials for this first game.
Foul is called in there on number 11. That's Allen. Nice move in there, laying it up and in. That is Braxton Knighty with the bucket at the buzzer, and that actually gives Barr-Reeve their first lead of the game as we come to the end of the first quarter. It's Barr-Reeve 9 and Liberty 8 as you're watching the 2026 boys basketball Sim State round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We will be back in 1 minute with second quarter action from Washington.
Here's a tip from R Construction. Know where your contractor is located. The R Construction offices are located on Charlestown Road in New Albany by Pizza King. R Construction has over 1,000 completed projects with 99% customer satisfaction. Stop or call 502-291-8993 for your next roofing, exterior, or interior remodeling project. R Construction is home of the Buy a Roof, and your gutters are replaced free. That's R Construction. Charlestown Auto Collision, conveniently located on Highway 62. From dents and dings to full collision repairs, Charlestown Auto Collision offers expert care backed by over 40 years of experience. They handle everything from paint matching to insurance claims, so you get back on the road with confidence. Call 812-256-6324 or go to CharlestownAutoCollision.com. That's Charlestown Auto Collision.
Liberty will inbound the basketball to start the second quarter of action. As Liberty will start Larry at one forward, as it's Martin with the jumper from the free throw line to put the Lions back out in front 10-9 as we start the second quarter of action. Driving underneath and having the ball blocked in there. Dillard on the block as Knighty has his shot blocked. Fortunately for Barr-Reeve, they get the basketball back. Driving in for the layup. That is Graber. Graber is fouled. Can't get the shot to go, but will have two shots as that foul is called on Jelani Dixon, who just reported in to start the second quarter. He's a 6'1 senior, averages 3.5 a game.
As the first free throw is good. Ties this game up.
Graber with his first point. As we've got Corbin Boyd along with Kirsten Loneker.
And the second free throw from Jalen Graber is also good.
Graber, one of the forward positions, and also into the basketball game. That's Miller Thompson, a junior, 6'3" for Barr-Reeve. Out front, KK Martin with the basketball. Drives. Brings it back out to Fuller. It's Fuller and Martin at the guard positions, along with Allen, the 5'10 freshman. He has it now. Step back three on the way. Oh, it ribs in and out. No good. And down with the rebound, Loneker. And Loneker will bring it back up. Three on the way, and it's short, no good. Fight for the rebound, and coming out of it is Fuller. Missed shot in there by Graber. Fuller will take the three and hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Fuller with his second bucket. He's got 5, and the Lions go back up by 2, 13-11. As Boyd down with the basketball. Now he'll bring it back out, and Loneker will set things up for Barr-Reeve. Loneker on the drive. And now he'll take a three, and it's good. Loneker, their leading scorer, gets his first bucket. It's a three, and now Vikings back out on front, 14-13, as we play just under 6 minutes here in the second quarter of action. Man in the middle is Monte Dillard. That is the big man for Liberty Christian. They go with 4 guards here to start the second quarter. Miller, the junior, at the elbow, has trouble with the handle but picks it back up, and it comes back out to Fuller. Fuller sets up the offense once again. Inside it goes. Good feed in there. Feed in there from Larry into Dillard, and Dillard lays it up and in for the easy 2. And back out in front, the Lions, 15-14 as we go back and forth. Loneker down with the basketball. Drives it and now brings it back in. Looks for the shot and brings it back out to Boyd. Corbin Boyd, bad pass by Boyd, goes down, and we are going to have a jump ball. And the ball will belong to Barr-Reeve. We've got substitutions coming back in. First of all, for Liberty Christian, coming back into the basketball game, D.K. Kelly. Kelly comes in, and he replaces Allen. And into the basketball game, it's Joshua Miller back in. He comes into the basketball game. Also back in, that is Yoder, number 22. Down in the corner it comes to Graber. Graber in the fourth quarter and back out to Loneker. Yoder sets things up. Graber goes inside, goes up and has the ball blocked in there by Martin. Goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Barr-Reeve underneath their own bucket, but excellent defense in there by KK Martin. Where's number 1, junior, 6'2". Spinner, 10-footer in the lane. No good in there by Neidig. And out with it is Martin for Liberty Christian. And now setting things up, that will be Larry. Marmar Larry with the basketball. He drives. Nice fadeaway, and he's fouled in there. Loneker going to be called for the personal foul. And that will send the 5'10 sophomore Larry to the charity stripe for 2 shots. 4:04 to go here. Second quarter of action. That's the first on Loneker, and that is the team's first. And it will be Marmar Larry at the line. He will have 2 shots.
Marmar Larry, first free throw, rims in and out. Here's number 13, 5'10", just a sophomore. comes in averaging just under 3 points a game. Second free throw up. That one back iron, no good.
And down with the rebound, that's Graber. Barr-Reeve now will work it up as we play under 4 minutes here in the first half of action. Yoder gets it across the timeline. Over to Miller. Lodeker, far court. Brings it across court. Miller open, and I tell you, that is a block. Dillard comes from nowhere, and what? Put it up about the third row?
Yeah. I mean, they have seating down by the court, and then they have a raised platform, and that one was almost up in our seats.
Ball comes back in to Barr-Reeve after the block. But he came from nowhere.
Yeah.
Graber in the corner brings it back to Yoder. Yoder. Lodeker, he'll take the three. It's on the way. It's short. No good. Down with the rebound, putting it back up and in. That is 90. Braxton 90 with the offensive rebound. He goes right back up, and he's fouled in there. I believe it's going to be called on Dillard. Monte Dillard picks up his first personal. That will be the team's second. And now with the chance at the old-fashioned three-point, that will be 90.
As 90, free throw on the way. No good. Hits almost every part of the rim before falling away.
16-15, the Vikings up over the Lions down on the baseline. That's Larry with the basketball, gets it back to Fuller. And now Martin works with it. 2-3 zone. Three-pointer on the way, off by Martin, and down with the rebound, Miller. We come back down the other way. 3 minutes exactly to go. First half action from Washington, and it's Barr-Reeve over Liberty Christian, 16-15 in a back-and-forth game. Yoder now will set things up. You'll see the deliberate offense by Barr-Reeve. They get in no hurry. Down in the corner, three on the way. It's good. It's Miller once again with his third three. And now the Vikings and Barr-Reeve with their biggest lead at 19-15. Brings the Barr-Reeve fans up off their feet. Rounded comes Fuller with the basketball. Fuller gives it up to Larry. And now Kelly with the basketball on the far side. Marcus Boyd getting ready to check in for Liberty Christian. Fuller. Inside it goes. Double team. Martin gets it over to Dillard. Dillard goes up, and he can't get it to go. Point blank. And down with the rebound, Lodeker gives it up to Yoder. Yoder brings it down, and now brings it back out to Graber. Out front. Yoder will set things up once again. Gives it up to Graber. And going underneath, missing it is Lodeker, but he gets his own rebound, and Grau brings it back out and sets it up.
Yeah, trying to go for the up and under, but just didn't get over enough to try and hook that one back.
He'll try it again. He goes up. He scores this time with the left hand, and he's fouled. And he'll step to the charity stripe for the old-fashioned three-point play as the Vikings on a 7-0 run right now. As Dillard will come out of the lineup.
Yeah, just split the gap of Liberty Christian defenders.
That was the second foul, by the way, on Dillard. He comes out of the lineup.
As the free throw falls, pushing it to a 8-point lead.
7 points.
7.
Still having trouble with that math, aren't you? 22-15. But you're getting closer.
Yeah, it was.
Fuller out front.
7.
22-15. It's an 8-0 run by Barr-Reeve right now with a minute to go.
I had the run on my mind, not the...
Fuller with the three. It's on the way. That's a way to silence the Barr-Reeve crowd. A three in there by Fuller. That's his second three. He's got 8, and it cuts the Vikings' lead to 4 at 22-18. Let's see if Barr-Reeve goes for the last shot here. Still 40 seconds to play here in the first half of action. Miller with the basketball for Barr-Reeve. Yoder now. Looks like that's what they're going to do as now they go underneath. Bad pass. Good defense in there. Fuller up quickly with it. He'll stop. Jump shot from 3. It's no good. Maybe one took that a little bit too early. We're going to have a foul as Coach Anderson comes up off the bench and go, it was one shot we wanted. And Fuller let that go a little bit. I guess a heat check there. He'd hit the one before that. It's a little bit of a heat check. And Coach Anderson was like, hey, we were going for one shot there. Okay, we've got 12.8 to go. It is Barr-Reeve's basketball. Shirley looking for the last shot right now. Lodeker now gives it up to Miller. Now good move, goes in, lays it up, and scores, and is fouled. Miller with the left hand and picks up the foul. He'll have an opportunity for a three-point play. Miller in double figures, and that gives the Vikings a 6-point lead. And with 1.5 seconds to go, it'll be the old-fashioned and one.
As the free throw on the way falls as we get a substitution. It is Joshua Miller checking out, and replacing him is number 23, Miller Thompson.
1.5 seconds to go. The Vikings lead it by 7 here, 25-18. It comes into Fuller. He'll let it go, and over the backboard it sails as we end the first half of action. It is Barr-Reeve over Liberty Christian, 25-18. We'll be back. We'll take a look at the first half coming up in 60 seconds as you're watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 60 seconds.
ETC Systems Incorporated is a premier electrical company located in North Vernon since 2013. They offer high-quality electrical technology and data service to an extensive commercial and industrial clientele in central and southern Indiana, offering design build, power distribution, new construction, industrial maintenance, troubleshooting, fire alarm systems, fiber optics, and structured cabling. Contact them at 812-953-3997. ETC Systems Incorporated in North Vernon. The Hunter Station Pizza Company, located at 210 Hunter Station Road in Sellersburg, is truly your local hometown pizzeria. It's the perfect place to eat, drink, relax, and watch your favorite team on the many large screen TVs. Specialty pizzas like the Big Bubba to calzones to stromboli, subs, and wings. Call 812-748-2669 or go to HunterStationPizza.com. Locally owned and operated where you feel like family. Proud sponsor of Silver Creek Athletics.
Welcome back to the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana. I'm Dave Sock along with Jesse Villanova along with David Klein as it is a 7-point Barr-Reeve lead here at halftime, 25-18. And looking at the score, you would say, Jesse, that this plays into Barr-Reeve. They wanted a low-scoring game as they depend on their defense, and so far that has played out as they lead it by 7 here at halftime, 25-18.
Yeah, it's been a great first half of action. Started out very slow, almost 4 minutes, no scoring. But once the ball finally found the bottom of the barrel, started pouring in as Barr-Reeve has just been finding the gaps. It's been, like we mentioned, the battle of athleticism versus fundamentals. And it really feels like Barr-Reeve has been using those fundamentals to their advantage, and now they get to play their style of great defense.
Yeah, it has been a great first half of action as the game started out 6-0 in favor of Liberty Christian, but then Barr-Reeve ended on a 9-2 run, and they took a first quarter lead of 9-8. We went back and forth for the first 4 minutes of the second quarter, but then Barr-Reeve went on an 8-0 run, and they outscore Liberty Christian 16-10 in that second quarter, and they lead it here at halftime 25-18. You're watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round on the IHSAA Champions Network. It's presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We will be back in 60 seconds. Take a look at the individual scoring right after this.
don't want to miss this. The pace, the noise, the moments you don't forget. Get in now with a $100 refundable per-seat deposit and secure priority access to the best available seats and best pricing for the 2026-27 season. The earlier you act, the better your options. Don't miss it. Secure your spot today.
Coming right back up. And welcome back as our halftime score, the Vikings lead at 25-18 as we are here at halftime. Let's take a look as far as the scoring is concerned. First of all, for the Liberty Christian Lions, they are led in scoring by Fuller. Tywayne Fuller with 8 points. He leads the Lions in scoring. 4 points apiece for Monte Diller and KK Martin, and 2 points by Boyd. That's Marcus Boyd to round out the 18 for the Barr-Reeve Vikings. The Liberty Christian Lions. For the Barr-Reeve Vikings, the big scorer here at halftime has been Joshua Miller. Miller leads all scorers with 13 points here at halftime. The Barr-Reeve Vikings then have 6 points from Kirsten Lodeker, and 4 points in there by Braxton Nidy. Also 2 points by Jalen Graber. That rounds out their 25 here at halftime as they lead it at halftime 25-18 over Liberty Christian. We'll be back. We'll talk more here of the second half and what both teams need to win to get to the championship game here this evening as you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network. It's presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 60 right after this.
It's time to eat more chicken. Your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's located on Veterans Parkway in Clarksville, State Street in New Albany, and East 5th Street in Jeffersonville. Welcome the 4th Southern Indiana location just off Charlestown Road in New Albany. And it's our pleasure to announce that the newest Chick-fil-A in the area is now open. Just one more reason to eat more chicken from your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's.
When the world is watching, you stand taller. You deliver. The moments get bigger, but the spotlight doesn't create belief or greatness. It reveals it. And on this stage, we play for more than wins. Because some teams don't wait for the moment. They live it. This is Fever Basketball. The world's been watching. Now you know.
Welcome back to the Hatchet House here in Washington, Indiana. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast are pictures, videos, and video without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. We're here at halftime. It is Barr-Reeve over Liberty Christian, 25-18. We'll be back here in 60 seconds as you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round of the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 1 minute.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
What?
This means we get to talk to Denise. Denise.
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process so you don't have to go it alone.
Denise!
Hey. Wow. We were just talking about you. That's so funny.
Welcome back to Washington as we get ready for second half action. As right now, Liberty Christian, they got out to the 6-0 lead, but it's been pretty much Barr-Reeve and their style of play ever since. And Barr-Reeve leads it by 7, 25-18. And again, it's just a situation, too, that not a real good shooting half for Liberty Christian, as they score 66 points a game, and they've only got 18 here at halftime. And I'm sure head coach Norman Anderson addressed that as far as their shot selection there in the first half, Jesse.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of it is just the swarming defense of Barr-Reeve and how much of it is poor shot selection, because I really feel like Liberty Christian has been putting up good shots. It's just this Barr-Reeve defense is what they hang their hat on, and they have been lights out.
Well, we've got the second half coming up for you right here on the IHSAA Champions Network as you're watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round of the IHSAA Champions Network. It's presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the start of the second half of action here from Washington right after this.
It's time to eat more chicken. Your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's located on Veterans Parkway in Clarksville, State Street in New Albany, and East 10th Street in Jeffersonville. Welcome the fourth Southern Indiana location just off Charlestown Road in New Albany. And it's our pleasure to announce that the newest Chick-fil-A in the area is now open. Just one more reason to eat more chicken from your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's.
When the world is watching, you stand taller. You deliver. The moments get bigger, but the spotlight doesn't create belief or greatness. It reveals it. And on this stage, we play for more than wins. Because some teams don't wait for the moment. They live it. This is Fever Basketball. The world's been watching. Now you know.
And welcome back to Washington as we get ready for the second half of action, as it will be the original starting lineup for the Liberty Christian Lions and the original starting lineup for Barr-Reeve, as it will be Marcus Boyd, D.K. Kelly. They will be starting at the forward positions along with Monte Dillard, and your guards will be K.K. Martin and Ty Wayne Fuller. With the basketball, Liberty Christian, they will be moving to the right of your screen. Inside it goes, and that will send Boyd to the charity stripe. He'll have a pair as we start the third quarter with a foul. And the personal foul is called on number 22. That is Carson Yoder. That'll be his first and the team's first, and that will send to the charity stripe. That'll be Marcus Boyd. He will have 2 shots.
Boyd, a 6'5" sophomore, first free throw, rims around, falls off. And Monty Dillard there to tell him, hey, pick your head up. It's okay, we're good, we're right in this. As the Barr-Reeve student section is letting him hear otherwise. And he listens to the word of Dillard, makes the second free throw.
25-19 as lineup for the Barr-Reeve Vikings as they start Graber and Miller at the forward positions. Lodeker, Yoder, and Nide at the guard positions to start things off. As with the basketball, Graber thought about the three, but now brings it back out front.
No rush here for the Vikings. They will gladly take all the time that the Lions will allow them.
They look for the best shot. That's what they do. Very selective as far as how they do. Nice move on the baseline in there by Loneker. He lays it up and in. And Loneker now with 8 points. Inside it comes to Martin. His shot goes up, no good. He gets his own rebound, goes up and is fouled. I'll tell you what, there must be a lid on the basket for Liberty, as they have had some point-blank shots that just have not rolled in. That time, Martin, K.K. Martin, the 6'2" junior leading scorer, will step to the line for 2. That foul is called on Miller. That is his second and the team's second.
As KK, first free throw, good. Pushes the Lions to 20. It's KK, second free throw, good. Cuts into a 6-point deficit now for the Lions.
27-21 as we play under the first minute here of the third quarter of action from Washington. Yoder with the basketball, and he'll work with it out front. Gives it up to Loneker. Yoder. Miller. Miller now drives in. Doesn't have anything. Gets it back out to Graber. Graber in the near corner. And now Miller with the three on the way. It's too hard, no good. Martin for Liberty Christian up with the rebound. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Anderson. We've got timeout here. Liberty Christian timeout. You're watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round of the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 30 seconds after this.
Don't want to miss this. The pace, the noise, the moments you don't forget. Get in now with a $100 refundable per-seat deposit and secure priority access to the best available seats and best pricing for the 2026-27 season. The earlier you act, the better your options. Don't miss it. Secure your spot today.
Welcome back from the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana. Liberty Christian, after the timeout, will inbound the basketball. 6:12 to play here in the third quarter. Barr-Reeve leads it by 6, 27-21. Martin out front with the basketball for Liberty Christian, and it will come back out now to Fuller. Fuller will set the offense. Martin. And it comes to Boyd. Boyd at the charity stripe, drives in. Good hard drive, lays it up and in. Boyd with a hard drive. He's got 5. And that cuts it down to 4 at 27-23. Yoder brings it up for Barr-Reeve. 90 with the basketball. Yoder on the far side. Yoder looks inside, doesn't have anything, and Loneker now will set the offense. Down in the corner comes to 90. 90, nice drive, lays it up, can't get it to go. Another point-blank shot missed. We've had both teams do a bunch of that. Martin down with the basketball, drives to the charity stripe. Gets it over to Boyd. Dillard now on the baseline. Good spin, goes up and scores. Dillard with his 6-point, and it's a 2-point ball game with 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Dillard might have taken a poke to the eye. He's been trying to rub that eye as much as he can right now.
Well, I think that timeout is exactly what Coach Anderson wanted, and that is take the ball inside. You're bigger. Down in the corner it comes. That's Yoder. Loneker on the baseline. Crossed it comes. Three-pointer on the way. It rims in and out. No good. Shot in there by 90. Fight for the basketball, but coming down with it, and ball knocked out of bounds. It will belong to Liberty Christian. Martin with the drive for Liberty Christian. As coming out of the basketball game, that will be D.K. Kelly and Camaris Allen, the 5'10 freshman. He reports back in. He wears number 11. Inbounding the basketball, that will be Marcus Boyd underneath his own bucket. On the baseline, he's open, 15-footer on the way, and we are tied. Boyd now with 7 points, and 6-point run now by Liberty Christian, and we're tied 27-27 as we play at the 4-minute mark. Miller drives, looks for the shot, goes in, has the ball blocked in there, but that's going to be a foul called on Dillard. I believe that is Dillard's third personal. It is. And that is the team's first. That will send to the charity stripe. That will be number 42, Joshua Miller. Miller will have 2 shots as coming off the bench now, Jordan Harrelson for Liberty Christian.
His first free throw from Thompson, no good.
It's Miller. Joshua Miller. As Dillard comes out and played with those 3 fouls, and Jordan Harrelson, the 6'5 senior, he reports back in.
As Miller, he was the bright spot in the first half. Second free throw falls and gives Barr-Reeve a 1-point lead.
He's got 14 to lead all scorers. Barr-Reeve now leads at 28-27, but an opportunity now for Liberty Christian to take the lead back. And it comes to Boyd. Boyd has the ball knocked away, turnover, ball taken away, and their great defense in there. Coming up with it is Graber, and he'll bring it up after the Liberty Christian turnover.
Yeah, just got triple teamed on that. Had nowhere else to go.
Yoder with the basketball out front. Brings it back out front to Graber. Now Yoder. Graber on the far side. Knighty now drives, lays it up, and gets it to go. He'll step to the line for the old-fashioned 3 as Knighty now with 6 points and a chance for number 7. That'll put the Vikings up by 3 at 30-27. Let's see. Foul called in there on Harrelson. That is his first and the team's second.
The and one is no good.
And skying up for the rebound, that is Boyd. He gets it out to Martin. Martin to Liberty Christian brings it down. We play with right at 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter of action. Martin. Down in the corner it comes. That's Allen. Cross to Fuller. Fuller will take the 3. It's on the way. It's good. And that will cause another timeout called by the Liberty Christian team as Fuller hits his third 3. We've got timeout here with 2:50 to go. We are all tied 30-30 as you're watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round of the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We'll be back in 30 seconds right after this.
Rita's Taco Shop in Gordon, known for the best Mexican food around. Something new, the Tour of Mexico. It's a dinner of those famous Rita's favorites for 2 people. Lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 3 for under $10. Also, don't forget to try the burrito bowls. It's real Mexican food at Rita's Taco Shop, located at First Capitol Place next to Heritage Ford in Gordon. That's Rita's Taco Shop.
And welcome back. Barr-Reeve ball after the Liberty Christian timeout. We're all tied 30-30. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Full court pressure and bad pass. Picked off by Martin. Up ahead to Allen. Allen goes in, lays it up, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to Liberty underneath their own bucket. As inbounding it underneath the bucket, that will be Boyd. Gets it into Allen. Allen drives and almost has the ball picked in there. But Fuller comes away with it for Liberty Christian and now settles everybody down, and he'll set the offense once again. Ball kicked in there as it is Marmar Larry back into the basketball game. Marmar, a 5'10 sophomore, averages just under 3 points a game. Ball kicked and inbounding it will be Harrelson underneath his own bucket. Out it comes to Martin, and Martin now back out to Fuller. So we near the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter.
It's like some confusion on what play they were running.
Out front it comes to Martin. Martin drives, takes it in, lays it up. Oh, good power move. Martin lays it up for his 8th point, and it puts the Lions back out in front with just under 2 minutes to go, 32-30 over the Vikings of Barr-Reeve. And there's nearly another steal. Up ahead it comes to Miller. Miller drives, goes in, finds himself open, lays it up, and scores, and will go back to the charity stripe. That was just good patience that time by Joshua Miller, and that ties things up at 32 as Miller will have an opportunity to complete the 3-point play. He leads all scorers now with 16. As coming out of the basketball game, that's Yoder, and coming in, That's Corbin Boyd, the 5'11 senior, wears number 14 for Barr-Reeve.
So Joshua Miller stepping back to the line. The free throw is good. And it gives Barr-Reeve the lead once again.
As he completes the three-point play, and it gives Barr-Reeve the lead at 33-32. Fuller walks it across for the Lions. Over it comes to Miller, or Martin rather. Martin with the basketball. Now Boyd on the drive. And just picked up the pivot foot. Boyd with the turnover. That's Marcus Boyd, number 23 of Liberty Christian. Basketball comes back over to Barr-Reeve as they cling to a 1-point lead in a tremendous first game here from Washington. Couldn't have asked for a better one.
We always get treated to great games at this gym.
They always come down a lot of times to the last shot. We've seen a lot of those here at the Hatchet House. And this one doesn't look like it's going to disappoint either. We're going to have a reach in. That foul is called on Allen. That is going to be his, I believe, second personal foul. Yes, it is. And the team's fourth. So for the last 62 seconds, the Vikings will be in the bonus. Comes into deep backcourt. That is Corbin Boyd of Barr-Reeve. It's given here to Graber. Graber drives, and we're going to have a reach in. I believe it is going to go against Larry. Barbard Larry. It is the bonus. It's going to be a two-shot foul regardless. That is the first foul on Larry, the team's fifth. And with 55 seconds to go, it's Graber at the charity stripe for two shots.
As that one hits almost every part of the rim but doesn't fall. As the substitution for Liberty Christian is DK Kelly checking back in.
Comes in for Larry.
And the second free throw up, and that one off the back iron, no good.
I tell you, free throw shooting could determine this basketball game. 33-32, we play now under a minute to go as we near the 40-second mark. And I think Coach Anderson wants him to go ahead and go, not wait for that last second shot. Comes into Martin at the elbow. Nice fake, good spin, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be called, and looks like Miller. Miller called for the personal foul, and that is his third. And he's going to come out of the basketball game with 3 fouls. He leads with 17 points for Barr-Reeve. Coming back in, that is number 23. That's Miller Thompson. Ball comes in, and the shot up, no good. Good block out this time. Couple players get tangled up, but Barr-Reeve comes away with it. The elbow shot, no good in there by Martin of Liberty Christian. Under 20 seconds now to go here in the third quarter. Loneker works with it out front. Barr-Reeve clings to a 1-point lead and looking for the last shot. Yoder with it, and almost a steal. Coming up with it is Snider. Snider has it lost. Up ahead it goes, and not getting it off in time. No shot as tried to get it up ahead. That was Kelly. Kelly can't get the shot off in time, and that is the way we end the third quarter as Barr-Reeve leads it 33-32 after 3 quarters of play as you're watching the 2026 boys basketball Sima State round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back with the fourth and final quarter in 60 seconds after this.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Whoa, bummer. Well, at least you get to see your insurance agent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. Sure, my car got struck by lightning, but my Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Mike, is gonna help me figure it out. So awesome. Oh, here he is. Big Mike!
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process, so you don't have to go it alone.
Just that we were live, like right now, as we get the fourth quarter action to go. Barr-Reeve with the basketball as we start the fourth and final quarter. It's 33-32. Yoder with the basketball drives down. Lodeker. And we're going to have a foul called on Martin. He got there just a split second late, and he's going to pick up the personal foul as we begin the fourth quarter of action. As coming back in, it'll be Larry. Larry comes in, and he replaces Allen. So it's Larry in one of the guard positions along with Martin and Fuller. And also you've got Dillard back in to start the fourth quarter, playing with 3 fouls. And Kelly starts the third quarter. Bad pass that time. Picked off in there by Fuller. He goes the length of the court, lays it up and in. Fuller puts Liberty Christian back in front, 34-33. Costly turnover by Barr-Reeve. Yoder, Lodeker. Up ahead it comes. Driving in, laying it up, and it goes in and out. He tips it back up. No good. In there by Miller, and we have got a foul down here on this side. Boyd getting ready to report back in. As it is Corbin Boyd coming in for Carson Yoder. Ball comes back over to Liberty. Foul on Yoder. That is his second, the team's first. And Liberty Christian with the basketball. It's Fuller at the guard position. So now we've got Graber along with Knighty and Miller along with Loneker, the 5 for the Barr-Reeve Vikings, as now just holding the basketball.
And the Barr-Reeve's just letting them.
As the time clicks, it's Larry now back into the basketball game. Number 13, he hangs to the ball and now gives it up to Fuller. About a half a minute expired there.
They're still just going to let it run. The Lions are A-okay with letting this clock run down for another 6 minutes, 15 seconds if they want. Barr-Reeve is not pressing at all.
Now here they come. Well, no pressure, no, here on Larry. Now here comes the pressure. Over it comes to Fuller. Under 6 minutes to go here. It's almost like Liberty is playing Barr-Reeve's game. And we've got a timeout taken in there by... Full timeout taken in there by Liberty Christian. 5:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 1-point game. Liberty Christian 34, Barr-Reeve 33. You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 1 minute.
Papa, let's go to Pizza King. I got the car keys.
That happens a lot at my house because we know the place for good times and great pizza. 2 great locations on 10th Street in Jeffersonville and the Pizza King station on Charlestown Road in New Albany. Also great daily lunch specials. Call in your order in New Albany at 812-945-4405 at 812-282-8286 in Jeffersonville. Great family fun and fantastic food at Pizza King in New Albany and Jeffersonville. An Indiana tradition just like high school basketball since 1956.
And you'll see my best friend, the train.
At Voiner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville, service is our product. That's why customers are their friends, because they know it'll be fixed right the first time. Voiner's offers brake and electrical work, complete diagnostics, tune-up, engine repair, and that's just to name a few of their services. But they fix everything no one else wants to fix. Give them a call at 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. And let owner Tim Harbin and his professional crew fix it right the first time. Voiner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane, Jeffersonville.
And Voiner's Auto and Truck Repair, 1903 Dutch Lane, Jeffersonville. Mention this game, receive 10% off on all repairs through April 1st. After the Liberty Christian timeout, they worked with the basketball. Down in the corner it comes D.K. Kelly, and almost knocked away in there. Good defense in there by Braxton Knighty. Knocks it out over on the far side. And the ball will belong to Liberty Christian on the far side. Comes into Fuller. Fuller out front with the basketball. And Kelly goes up high and then travels with the basketball. Turnover, Liberty Christian, and the basketball comes right back over to Barr-Reeve. As Allen comes out of the basketball game and Larry back in for Liberty Christian. Barr-Reeve in the black, trimmed in white. Works with the basketball. Loneker with it. Gives it up to Miller. Over it comes to Loneker. Loneker drives, lays it up. It's not going to count. It's a charge. Good defense in there. Loneker picks up the personal foul. And that is his second and the team's second. Good defense underneath the basket for Liberty Christian.
Yeah, did a great job to just shift over, set himself into position, and man, with the way some of these kids charge the lane, I don't know if I'd be willing to stand there and take it.
There's a reach around. Loneker picks up a quick number 2, and that'll be his third foul. Quick 2 fouls here within about 10 seconds. And that will be his third and the team's third.
As Carson Yoder coming back in for Corbin Boyd for Barr-Reeve.
Larry out front with it, gives it up to Fuller, and we'll set things up once again.
See if they try and run another minute and a half, however long they ran off the clock earlier.
Of course, unfortunately for Liberty Christian, they ended up with a turnover, and I'm sure that's something Coach Anderson does not want. Wants to get a good shot. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for not just a good shot, but a great shot. As they now spread out into 4 quarters. And he's got his ball handlers out there, that's for sure. One big man, that's Dillard, the 6'7" senior for Liberty Christian. Fuller out front at midcourt as we're down to 4 minutes.
Already ran 30 seconds off.
They've only had 2 points in this quarter. Fuller now drives, goes in, goes up high, and scores. Nifty move by Fuller. And now the Lions up by 3, 36-33. As just getting it up. That is Graber underneath. It goes to Knighty. Knighty has the shot blocked, but stays with it and puts it back in. Knighty now with 8 points, and it's a 1-point game once again. Almost a turnover. Yoder almost comes up with the steal over on the far side, but the basketball stays with Liberty Christian. As coming back in, that's Marcus Boyd. Going to add a little bit more size. Marcus, a 6'5" sophomore, he comes in.
Didn't quite know who he was coming in for at first. Got real quiet when he asked that question.
Out front, that's Martin with the basketball. Over to Fuller. Fuller, and we're going to have a blocking foul. That's going to be the 4th with 3:02 to go. Foul is called on Graber. Graber picks up the personal foul. That will be his first and the team's fourth. So from this point on, it will be Liberty Christian in the bonus with 3 minutes exactly to go in this basketball game. Having the ball knocked away in there. That is Larry. And good hands by Barr-Reeve, and Lonecker brings it up across the timeline. Works with it on the left-hand dribble. You got the feeling this is going to come down to one of those last-second shots like we're used to here in Washington. And going to have a foul called on Martin. This time it's going to be a blocking foul.
Yeah, that one looked a little rough. Luckily, he is getting back up and shaking it off.
And again, it was one of those bang-bang plays, but I think Martin was moving a little bit at the time. He is going to come out of the basketball game as he took the hit on that anyway. And he picks up his third personal. That is the team's second, and that will send Lonecker to the line for two.
As Lonecker, good on the first one, ties this game at 36. And the second free throw, a big one here. With 2.5 left, Barr-Reeve retakes the lead.
And now they go into a full court press. 2-2-1 full court press by Barr-Reeve. Fuller breaks it, goes underneath, good hands in there, knocked out of bounds in there by Graber.
So one negative to full court press in this situation is if they break it, there is a very high likely chance that they are going to score. And with it being a 1-point game, it's a little iffy. But
well, Graber got back just in time to knock that one out of bounds. And so now Liberty Christian sets things up. Fuller drives in, 17-footer from around the charity stripe, too hard. Down with the rebound, it is Boyd. Boyd can't get it to go, but he'll step to the line for two. Boyd with a chance to put Liberty Christian back in front. By the way, that is the fourth foul on Miller. Miller just picked up foul number 4. 4 fouls, and that is the team's fifth. It'll be 2 shots no matter what, but Boyd was in the act, so he'll have 2 shots.
As the first free throw ties this game at 37.
As coming back into the basketball game for Allen, that is number 0, DK Kelly.
And Marcus Boyd with 2:12 on the clock looks to give the Lions the lead. No good running out.
But Kelly comes up with the rebound, but then travels with the basketball. It's a turnover on the offensive rebound in there by Kelly. And with 2:10 to go here in the fourth quarter, we are all tied up 37-37. And there's a foul by Fuller. Fuller picks up the personal foul. That'll be the team's third. Going for the quick steal on Lonecker. Bumps into him. At 2:02, the ball still will remain with the Vikings. That is Fuller's first and the team's third. 2 minutes exactly to go in this one. Tied 37-37. Lonecker brings the basketball down. With the crossover. And now Barr-Reeve will set things up once again. And a turnover called in there on Barr-Reeve. The ball comes back over to Liberty Christian. And now we've got, who called a timeout?
Liberty Christian.
All right, we've got timeout here with 1:39 to go here in the fourth quarter as it's tied 37-37 with 1:39 to go. You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 30 seconds.
Don't want to miss this. The pace, the noise, the moments you don't forget. Get in now with a $100 refundable per-seat deposit and secure priority access to the best available seats and best pricing for the 2026-27 season. The earlier you act, the better your options. Don't miss it. Secure your spot today.
Oh, we're back. We are trying to get an explanation on that last call, unless it was a travel call. And that was the, I guess they were giving the explanation over there to head coach Heath Howington.
Yeah, he said he was trying to call a timeout, but...
Okay, that's what happened. Before he got the timeout, we had a turnover by Barr-Reeve. So the ball comes back to Liberty Christian regardless. And we're tied 37-37 as we play now. Just over 90 seconds to go in this one. Fuller, who's had a great game, works with the basketball, dances with it out front. You need some tennis shoes like Ty Wade has. I like those pink tennis shoes.
They are very, very bright.
Out front with it is Larry. He's got ball handlers in there right now. Now double teamed, and now we've got a timeout taken in there. Liberty Christian uses their timeout here with 1:03 to go here in the fourth quarter of action. We'll keep it right here as 63 seconds to go. So what's the strategy here? It's 37-37. Can you hold the ball for a minute?
I mean, we've seen them waste. I say waste, but they've had good possessions, but they've wasted about 30 seconds with several possessions. I think there's every reason they can hold this for the last shot.
Yeah, but we have seen enough basketball games in these tournaments over the years, and 63 seconds is a long time to hold for one shot.
And here's the other question. Liberty Christian would be shooting free throws, and let's be honest, free throw shooting both ways has not been too hot.
No, you're
a lot of one-on-one possessions. Does Barr-Reeve let the clock run down, foul to try and make sure they get the ball back?
Well, we're going to find out as after the timeout.
It's a lot of questions to be answered this last 63 seconds.
Stay tuned.
We're not going anywhere, though.
Absolutely. 1:03 to go here in the fourth quarter, tied 37-37. And you may say, well, this is a low-scoring game, but it has been extremely entertaining. There is a turnover. Making the bad pass, Larry. And stepping in front is Yoder. And now we get a timeout. Timeout taken by Barr-Reeve, 44.5 seconds to go. All tied. You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 60 seconds.
Nancy Wilson, the Queen of Taxes, reminds you that it's tax time. Call 812-883-1266. And if you are a farmer or landlord, make an appointment now. If you've received a collection letter from the IRS or a State Department of Revenue, Angie is the one that can help. 812-883-1266. As taxes can be done online or drop them off at 107 South Main Street, Salem. Angie Wilson, Professional Services, truly the Queen of Taxes.
At First Harrison Bank, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need a loan for a home, car, or even your small business, First Harrison will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler is who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of excitement here for a Saturday morning already in our first game. 44.5 seconds to go. Barr-Reeve and Liberty Christian are tied 37-37. Barr-Reeve with the basketball after the timeout. Lodecker in backcourt. And let's see.
I would be very surprised if they don't try and hold it for the last shot.
We've got some pressure defense out there. Good defense by Liberty Christian. Graber with the basketball. He goes across court to 90. 90 wears number 24. We are down to 18 seconds to go. Everybody on their feet. This is what it's all about. Yoder with the basketball now down to 7 seconds. Miller now drives, goes in, lays it up and scores with 2.5 to go. Off balance. And that is the way the game goes as Barr-Reeve wins it on a last-second shot with 2 minutes to go by Joshua Miller. As the crowd is going crazy on the shot in there by Miller. And unfortunately, Liberty Christian didn't have a chance to get it back the other way.
They all went forward. No one went to inbound it.
That's what happened, and the clock ran out, and the Vikings win it 39-37 as they will play for the championship tonight. Wow, what a game.
And the Lions have nothing to be disappointed about.
Oh, what a game.
I know this one stings a lot, but I mean, what a game.
Again, we come down to the last second shot. How many times does that happen here in Washington? Time in and time again, it happens. Woo, we got to catch our breath, everybody, after that one. You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We are back in 1 minute after this.
Here's a tip from R Construction. Know where your contractor is located. The R Construction offices are located on Charlestown Road in New Albany by Pizza King. R Construction has over 1,000 completed projects with 99% customer satisfaction. Stop or call 502-291-8993 for your next roofing, exterior, or interior remodeling project. R Construction is home of the buy a roof and your gutters are replaced free. That's R Construction. Charlestown Auto Collision, conveniently located on Highway 62. From dents and dings to full collision repairs, Charlestown Auto Collision offers expert care backed by over 40 years of experience. They handle everything from paint matching to insurance claims, so you get back on the road with confidence. Call 812-256-6324 or go to CharlestownAutoCollision.com. That's Charlestown Auto Collision.
And welcome back as it is Barr-Reeve over Liberty Christian in this first game, 39-37, and we got to show this one. This happens all the time when we're here. This is nothing unusual. This is the last shot. There it is. Miller with the shot, and that's the way this one ended.
Yeah, great,
just like that.
A great spin and just threw that one up there. A hope and a prayer. I mean, the worst comes to worst, this one goes to overtime. And we get treated to an even more spectacular game.
Wow, what a game. As the final here, Barr-Reeve over Liberty Christian by the final of 39-37. Barr-Reeve goes to 26-1. They'll go to the championship tonight. Liberty finishes at 19-8 on the season, but again, a game that could have gone either way. Hey, you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back in 60 seconds to recap this one.
ETC Systems Incorporated is a premier electrical company located in North Vernon since 2013. They offer high-quality electrical technology and data service to an extensive commercial and industrial clientele in central and southern Indiana, offering design build, power distribution, new construction, industrial maintenance, troubleshooting, fire alarm systems, fiber optics, and structured cabling. Contact them at 812-953-3997. ETC Systems Incorporated in North Vernon. The Hunter Station Pizza Company, located at 210 Hunter Station Road in Sellersburg, is truly your local hometown pizzeria. It's the perfect place to eat, drink, relax, and watch your favorite team on the many large screen TVs. Specialty pizzas like the Big Bubba, to calzones, to stromboli, subs, and wings. Call 812-748-2669 or go to HunterStationPizza.com. Locally owned and operated, where you feel like family. Proud sponsor of Silver Creek Athletics.
Welcome back, as this game had everything that you could have wanted in a basketball game, including last-second winner, as it's Joshua Miller who basically the star. He led all scorers today with 19 points, but the 18th and 19th one were the biggest, as again, it is a 2-point victory on a last-second shot with 2 seconds to go in this one, and it is a 39-37 win for the Vikings over the Lions of Liberty Christian. And I know we've got a lot of fans from Liberty Christian. They're over here on our side of the gym, and they are disappointed as they file out. But again, nothing to be disappointed. That game could have gone anyway, as again, Liberty Christian finishes 19-8. And again, they've got a lot of young players. They will be back. There's no doubt about it. Barr-Reeve will have an opportunity to go to the state finals. They will beat either Bloomfield or Hauser in the second game. Well, Liberty Christian got out to the 6-0 start in this one, but then Barr-Reeve, they went on a 9-2 run to end the first quarter by the score of 9-8 in favor of the Vikings. Game went back and forth until about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter of action when Barr-Reeve went on an 8-0 run. They led by 7 at halftime, 25-18. They outscored Liberty Christian 16-10 in that quarter. Liberty Christian comes back and cuts it to 1 at the end of 3 quarters as they outscore Barr-Reeve 14-8. And it's a Barr-Reeve 1-point lead, 33-32. Nobody really took control in the fourth quarter as both teams slowed things down, and Barr-Reeve ends up outscoring Liberty Christian. Listen to this, 6-5, but the 5th and 6th point for Barr-Reeve with 2 seconds to go was the biggest, as again is Joshua Miller as he puts in the buzzer beater, we'll call it, as Barr-Reeve wins it by the final of 39-37 over Liberty Christian. We'll be back. We'll check the individual scoring coming up here in 60 seconds as you're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions. We're back at 60.
It's time to eat more chicken. Your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's located on Veterans Parkway in Clarksville, State Street in New Albany, and East 10th Street in Jeffersonville. Welcome the 4th Southern Indiana location just off Charlestown Road in New Albany. And it's our pleasure to announce that the newest Chick-fil-A in the area is now open. Just one more reason to eat more chicken from your Southern Indiana Chick-fil-A's.
When the world is watching, you stand taller. You deliver. The moments get bigger, but the spotlight doesn't create belief or greatness. It reveals it. And on this stage, we play for more than wins. Because some teams don't wait for the moment. They live it. This is Fever Basketball. The world's been watching. Now you know.
Boy, I tell you, we have been treated to some great basketball here over the years at Washington. And, I do believe that's why the IHSAA does send us to Washington, Jesse, because I can't tell you. I'm just thinking back all the last-second shots that we have had here that have won the game, taken it into overtime, whatever the case may be. And wouldn't you know, we have another one today.
Yeah, it feels like every time we are here, there is some sort of last-second buzzer beater, 2 seconds left on the clock sort of shot.
It's crazy. Hey, let's take a look at the individual scoring. First of all, for Liberty Christian, they were led in scoring by Fuller. He had 12, Martin with 8, Dillard with 6, and we also had Boyd with 7. That rounds out the 37 for Liberty Christian. As far as Barr-Reeve, they were led in scoring by Miller, who hit the game winner with 19 points. He had 13 in the first half, 10 for Lineker. Also 8 points by Snider and 2 points by Graver as just 4 players score for Barr-Reeve as they win it 39-37. We'll take a minute break. We'll be back. We'll set you up for the second game coming up here with Bloomfield and Hauser in just a moment. But you are watching the 2026 boys basketball semi-state round on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by Southern Indiana Sports Productions.
1 year of Uma Musume. Bourbon in the lead. Todd Hoiser with a good start. On the outside, Yaino, Arden, Shiona-O, and Kita-san Black. Satano Diamond closing in. McQueen and Tokai Teo not letting up. New racers enter the starting gate. It's go time!
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice.
So you're saying...
Yo, it's that word. It's Lotto, and we back with another episode of Lunch Break Freestyle. We got Babyface E at the table today. Let's get into it.
Yeah. I fall asleep on a bitch, but some paper, bro, I'm woke as fuck. Gone with that drunk shit, you just bumped my cup. If somebody spill that, then I'ma spill some blood. Walked in, you knew Detroit and almost spent the dub. Bullets hit your back in your chest like you was getting hugged. Choked her and she liked it, she be getting fucked. Trigger like a feather, if I pull it, then you getting plucked. And I went ball heads on the bullet, so you getting mucked. Got my money working for me, Ben Frank, employee of the month. If we ain't got the pipes on this, then you getting stumped. All designer kicks, I'm finna show your ass the glitches with the fire pin. I be proud when niggas say that shit that I be saying. Where you wanna go, Mr. Face is what the driver said. Wherever the pay pack, she going crazy over the dick, baby shake back. Wonder how to rap, let me sign you in the skate class. Good at eyeballing, can find a needle in the haystack. So if I say it's a 3-5, nigga take that. That's a demon on the side, why chase that? Doing too much sliding, now I need to get some brake pads. I ain't talked to her and I still text her with your fake ass. First striker that I ever sold was a gray scat. Don't make your pape last, make your pape stack. We robbed a nigga, he still tryna get his pape back. If that's my bitch, she ain't weak, nigga straight bad. In the whip is futuristic shit, but the tank gas. I don't make twerk music, bro, this ain't that. So don't put me on your song, talking about shake that ass. She gon' do whatever I want, I ain't gotta say nothing. You see me in the video with a switch, and that's a fake button. If I get caught up with a bitch, I'm still gon' play dumb. I just grab some of that Trish if the quay gone. I feel like Doug, they just sent another bankroll. We mixing perp with the touch to get the taste gone. I gave the paper to the attorney, get the case gone. He think he finna get some pussy, she some bait though. I set a nigga up if it's about my money. I ain't going broke, it's all about respect though. I'm on some bullshit, I'm skied up with a tech on. All my money turning blue like I ain't checked on it. Red and blue lights look green to me, I'm still gon' step on it. She want a room with a balcony, get stretched on it. You know, been working hard for a week, I've been stealing sleep. It's so hard to stay up out the streets, I've been stealing cleats. She don't run her mouth, she just eat, that's a bitch I need. If me and gang start a streak, don't go switching teams. Tell Frey, stop touching my heat, he tryna switch a beam. Tryna give me a red laser, cause my shit green. Nigga, I don't want no red laser. After this case, I hope I don't get no Fed paper. Took the feeling out of bitch, I got her leg shaking. My sister cut up some of my Rick, cause the tag was hanging. Hey, and that was a dark shadow dish, and I don't think y'all know how mad that made me. We can tax for our 80s, cause our package crazy. And it's some real candies, nigga, and I know Gary Payton. Hey, when I turn 28, I think I'm getting married. Cause when I turn 26, I think I'ma have a baby. Nigga, this all freestyling, I've been talking crazy. I walk crazy, I walk the beat. If you want some paper, nigga, gon' have to talk to eat. If you want a paper, get a video. Wait, if you want some paper, get a video, or you gon' have to buy your feet. Hey, cause this shit for real. A couple years ago, I just signed my deal. And what's so crazy, I was just finna stop. The first part, I already had that shit, but this off the top. I got this bitch popped and I ain't even. I got this bitch hopped, she fell in love with me and I only got the top. Bought this bitch, bro, take it for Christmas. You got her ass some socks, but you need to stop. Hey, every time I go OT, I feel like I just need to shop. Nigga talking crazy, pull up on him, turn his ass to Crocs. Me and gang cleaning shit, somebody bring the mop. Grab my ski and do some evil shit like I don't believe in God. But y'all know I do. I had to cut her ass off, she was getting too comfortable. Hey, you know, y'all niggas know what the fuck going on. They really seen it. And it's off the top, if you know, you know. If you don't, you broke. Come on.
Is that real? It's all real.
Yeah.
It's all, we just ordered it.
Yeah, we ordered it probably like an hour ago. Got here like an hour ago.
switch, but that don't mean nothing. I can't believe you rich if your team does. I'm just a little dirty kid from Flint, I never seen nothing. Yeah, I got M's now. Like every other day, I spent 10,000. I couldn't find no drink, but my bitch found. Like, bitch, who you get this lean from? We got a big problem. Rest in peace, my brother Dustin and Big Mama. I lost them both in prison, knocked the kick out me, knocked the fight out me. Then I called home, they said, baby, you died, knocked the cry out me. Like I ain't cried in years, I ain't got no tears. Going broke, the only thing that I fear. You run up in this house and you gon' die here. We got some Trish Quagan and some Walk, we don't drink pie here. I'm finna hit the dentist, I want white veneers. Put a diamond in each fang, I went 5 carats. He heard I fucked this bitch, he gon' die jealous. I got more paper than him and I lie better. He come plumb the bitch right, but I pipe better. I let her spend a night at the crib, but I let Mike hit her. She ain't know Mike had a white sister. I fuck around and get horny one night, and I might hit her. You true a nigga style, I eat perks, bitch, we bite different. I'ma bite down, I don't write down. I'm only jumping PJ when I fly around. It cost me $20 just to fly her out. This bitch pussy wetter than a bitch, I need a dry towel. They shot his car up and grazed his eyebrow. I put the bitch out on DuPont, she walked the 9 mile. Who got some more drink, I'm trying to buy out. Who got the best pussy in his house, we doing tryouts. Dirty pussy bitch scared of white towels. She put the pussy on me, made me sleepy, finna lie down. I need a trial run, send me 5 pounds. I hit the dog with some baking soda, now it's white and brown. BP my Escalade when I ride round. I gotta stay on point, I'm not in my town. I hit his ass too hard, he caught a timeout. This nigga think he having dog shit, he brought a dime out. He bought a pint of green, I bought 5 houses. Drank, talk some shit that I wouldn't lie about. I called Jay with a sealed pint, like look what I found. It's a dinosaur. I had $250,000 on it, won a diamond war. Do you really wanna beef? Cause niggas die in war. He was trying to get some chips and died by the store. Damn. They had a shootout at the Purple Moon, he died by the door. They put his brains on the front porch like they died the door. If you a real smacker, what you hiding for? Just tell my bitch I'm way richer than you, what I'm alive for? JR had 3 pints to walk, but I wanna buy 4. Like who the fuck made that nigga chain? That bitch an eyesore. 20 racks for a fit, look what I wore. They did him low down, he was sitting on a high horse. Why you niggas still alive? Y'all need to die more. Last month I had a pint of act, and I can find more. I'm having dog shit so I can buy more. Do you know what a Rari truck costs? Cause I could buy 4.
Uma Musume, a new start. The battle to be the greatest. Conquer tradition or defy it. The choice is yours. Track Blazer. Start of the climax. Get free scouts.
Local tax experts are here. Now you can meet with a TurboTax expert in your community. They can do your taxes for you and get you every dollar you deserve. Local tax experts are here. Hand off your taxes with confidence.
Surfing. These niggas gon' ride the wave. Your eyes are just like a tape. These niggas gon' ride the wave. My body gon' fill up a safe. These niggas gon' ride the wave. These niggas gon' call me for days. These niggas gon' ride the wave. They tryna find out where I stay. I had it low with a lad to see who work in. It just was a tinge. Virgil been sending me tempted to see if I like it or rockin' with it. There go lil' mama, I don't wanna fuck cause she burning, she trippin'. I'm waving, goddamn. Niggas won't smoke with the slack, we can meet in the kitchen. I'm burning the ham. These so-called gangsters don't know how to approach the man. I chop up his ass, I chop up his friends, his mamas, and all of his kids. Right on with the lid, I chop out the top of the beans on dollar get beers. They came with the shred, I told them to chop off your penis, you keep in your head. I totally do. I had a drum with a K and it's fully loaded, nigga playing this bitch. Catch you down bad, you know I'm putting dick in your wife, I'm not sparing shit. Shout that pussy so tight, I had to finger her shit with a stick. Niggas ain't come from my tribe, I can barely say they hit. I need some brand new ties, I done burned off of the Z06. I know about family ties, I know about the mob, but can't say shit. Couple things I done seen in the dog, I know I gotta die with it. Couple mains, I done seen a couple on the Spain, a couple on French. Surf, 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 surfy, surf, 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 surfing.
Tryna ride the wave, 9 times out of 10, these niggas gon' drop. You got some
some slimy ways. And come back to blow up, it's no for a pound. I kinda don't see what I made today. Beat it up, you gotta pay to play up. Underdog, I got a name to say. So niggas will never get out. I haven't made your ways. Feel like I made the rain. Skating on grip in the grain. I let it drip and they drain. I got a bend in Hussein. The money been healing the pain. The Coopers ain't color cocaine. I hope you don't sniff anything. She said she like giving me brain. I hope you didn't get her a ring. Yeah, they clip what I'm board on the plane. Jesus enough for a king. Overseas I got plenty of teams. A pretty foreign teams. These hella raw in jeans. I was right before in the cream. Surf, 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 surfy, surf, 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 surf. These niggas gon' ride the wave. Your eyes are just like a tape. These niggas gon' ride the wave. My body gon' fill up a safe. These niggas gon' ride the wave. These niggas gon' copy for days. These niggas gon' ride the wave. They tryna find out where I stay.
First and foremost, huge fan, Mr. McAfee.
You know, it's McAfee, you know that?
Like the antivirus?
Today's broadcast on the IHSAA Champions Network is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Turns you over, gets going in transition, then it could be a long night for the Panthers. Or afternoon, beg your pardon.
We remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSA is prohibited. You mentioned Josh Raikkonen, who is the young head coach in familiar territory for him. He's an Elkhart High School graduate. He is in year number 3, and it's been, and I'm sure he would agree, kind of mediocre for Fort Wayne Snider the last couple of years. You look at year 1, 13-13, year 2, 14-10, and then 20-7 this year, a very nice season. But I think coming into this tournament, not a lot of people expected him to get his team here. And as you would say normally about Clint Swan or either of the other coaches in our first semifinal game, by far, those the elder statesmen, right. Josh Raikkonen, not.
And 3 big wins to get here today in the sectional. They had to beat Carroll and then came back the next night, overtime victory over Fort Wayne North, and then, as you said, the big win over Carmel, the team that knocked out Fishers last week. Hey, Coach Raikkonen, he just doesn't have the longevity of the other 3. He very well may be on his way of getting there someday, but he's had a lot of success in his short time in charge. And you look at Crown Point, Clint Swan, as you said, he's trying to take that next step with Crown Point, but not unfamiliar territory for him. Has taken a team downstate 26 years ago now when he was the head coach at Andran, made it down to the state finals where they came up just short to Brebeuf. He's had opportunities to get there since. Maybe his best opportunity is here today, but Snider stands in the way first this afternoon.
Talked with Coach Swan after they won the regional on the side, and we were talking about a number of things, and I asked him, do you feel pressure? Did you feel pressure being at a school like Crown Point and in Northwest Indiana that's one of the most, if not the most, facility-rich programs in any athletics now in the region? And he said, absolutely. Do you think that pressure increases now with Fishers being already cleared, that hurdle being gone?
I think it does, especially to the novice fan who sees, well, hey, the one team that you couldn't beat the last 2 years, Fishers, is gone, and now you have a clear path to get there. It's kind of like what people talked about that you certainly can relate to in the NFL playoffs this year, where everyone was saying, hey, Kansas City's gone. This is the opportunity for Buffalo, and all that pressure was put on Buffalo when they came up short, but you still have other good teams that you have to get through. And as you pointed out eloquently in the opening, Yeah, Fishers may not be here, but the team that beat Fishers is here, and that team must be pretty good as well. So, yeah, to the novice fan, they're going to say, hey, it's a wide open path. But you're in semi-state. You got 3 other great teams here that deserve to be here. So I don't know if Swan, my long answer, is going to feel any extra pressure other than perhaps some outside noise he's hearing that, hey, if you can't do it now, then when?
For Crown Point, the starters they have sent out for the entire postseason are the same. They got Kingston Rhodes back right before the tournament started, and for them, that is a huge part of their offense as he continues to get his feet underneath him quite literally and figuratively, as he did have a leg injury that had held him out. He only played in 15 of his team's 24 games this year. He's the point guard at 5'9", a senior, wearing number 2 in the red uniforms with white numbers. They're the road team today. 10.9 points per game for Kingston Rhodes, and does chip in 3 rebounds as well. Mason Darrell is a senior. This group, entire starting lineup outside of Cooper Mulaski, who we'll get to in a moment, is as well, and has been made famous by the Chicago Bulls for Crown Point basketball. This is sort of their last dance and last try at getting this done. Great success, 3 straight regionals, but can they get over the top? Darrell averages 13 points per game, wears number 10, a 6'2" guard. Headed to Belmont next year. Bryce Peters, a 6'3" senior, wears number 11. He chips in 9 points per game and 3 rebounds. Dikembe Shaw is the offensive star for Crown Point. As Tim mentioned, only 11 points combined in the last 2 games. 1 bucket. It was a 3 against Chesterton. He wears number 23, a 6'7" senior, averaging 17 and 6 for Crown Point. Cooper Mulaski, 6'7" junior, averages 4 and 4, wears number 35 for Clint Swan's team. Josh Raikkonen in year number 3, best season for him. Best season for the program since 2009. Xavier Wilson's a 6'4" senior, averaging 15.6. He's their leading scorer. Lane Patterson, 10.5 points per game, 6'2", wears number 5. TJ Hogue, 6'2" junior, wears number 11. Braylon Fertil is a 6'1" junior, wears number 21. And Katron Tank Pascal, 6'6" junior, wears number 34. And it is an early turnover here for Crown Point, as Snider now has the basketball.
Pascal was matched up on Mulaski to start the game. I didn't catch the matchup on Shaw. We'll get a look at it right now to see how Snider is going to match up with Shaw. And you got to be physical with him, try to keep him outside the lane, make him a perimeter player, which Shaw can do very successfully.
Officials Joe Rudolph, Ronnie Branch, Jared Adler. Here's Rhodes way off the mark as he went down. Pascal on the contest.
It is Fertil, the very strong, solid-built Fertil, who is guarding Shaw, and Shaw's reciprocating, guarding him as well.
They look into the post, tough angle, and that is back-to-back turnovers for Snider.
Yeah, not much of a steal there. He was below the block, not much room to even get that bounce pass in without bouncing it out of bounds. So a little slow start here for both teams.
Snider's had the ball twice, haven't got a shot off. Crown Point had 1 look from Kingston Rhodes. Trying to get it inside, they do. Shaw, double team came, but he worked around it. Could not finish, he had 3 cracks at it.
Well, they got the switch. They got the matchup they wanted with Wilson. The officials letting Wilson play there. You saw some grabs, some holds, very aggressive early. Keep an eye on that. How the officials call this game is they're going to allow Snider to be a little more physical on Shaw, which, as I said, is one of the recipes to try to slow him down.
Shaw committed to UIC. Will head to the Division I level next year. Here's their leading scorer, Xavier Wilson, who starts the scoring in this semifinal.
Leading 3-point shooter as well. That one just inside, showing off the mid-range game.
Darrell inside, and Mason Darrell rolls it home for Crown Point.
Nice strong move by Darrell. Started on the right wing and able to get through the lane. That can't make Coach Raikkonen very happy. You got to be able to close off that gap. So you don't want to see one guy come from the right side of the floor and get all the way to the left.
And the guy they call Tank just sent Dikembe Shaw flying, and that is an offensive foul. And there's a reason they call him Tank. He's a big boy at 6'6".
Yeah, you could tell they were a big team, and those two are big guys. You talk about Tank, and then you talk about Fertil, seen them on film, but they are a lot more impressive even in person.
Lasky, they wanted to go high-low and didn't really contest on the big guy, so he drills the three.
Just his 6th-made three of the year. He has shot 15. A lot of teams are going to play off, dare him to shoot, but he can make it, as you just saw.
And he shot that really quick. It's another turnover for Snider. It's been a bit of a sloppy start.
That's what the Crown Point guards do. They pressure that ball so well on the perimeter. Good news for Snider. This is a dead ball turnover because Crown Point's prone to turn you over and really get their transition game going.
And a foul inside as Shaw was being held. They got the switch with Lane Patterson matched up against Dikembe, and the foul is the team's second.
You're already seeing what Coach Swan's doing is he's trying to run a lot of action to create switches, to create mismatches for Shaw.
Coach Raikkonen wanted a little call for the clear out, didn't get it, and Shaw's got the easy bucket.
A little dangerous territory here for Snider, off to the slow start. See if they can settle down, get something going to the rim, maybe get an open look for Wilson or Hogue.
Wilson has all 5. He's got a 3.
Well, he doesn't need much space, and if he doesn't have it, he'll create it as he did there.
They got off to a slow start against Carmel as well. Here's Shaw attacking the rim. And now pulls out his own miss for a reload.
Can't leave your feet on that shot fake if you're a Snider on the perimeter against Shaw.
Darrell from downtown.
We saw Darrell do it going to the basket, now stepping out, making the 3 from deep for Crown Point's second leading scorer.
Mason Darrell had foul trouble in their regional win against Chesterton. He didn't play very much. He's got a steal, has Rhodes with him. Darrell, and 1.
Darrell fired up, very emotional player out there if you haven't seen him play, and you're starting to get a look at that early on.
You are watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, which is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. As we said, that guy on your screen didn't play a ton against Chesterton. He was riddled with foul trouble, but so far having himself a game early and completes the three-point play.
A little full court pressure here now for Crown Point. Snider having a hard time getting the ball in. It's man-to-man pressure, clear it out. Let Wilson bring it down the floor as they do.
The senior Jordan Woods into the game for the first time. Crown Point also goes with a substitute of their own, Michael Wilson, who just got called for the foul.
Snider typically likes to run some 4-out, 1-in action, but you got to get going to the basket against this pressure Crown Point defense. You got the ball in your hands. You got to try to get downhill, get north-south, and everyone else on the perimeter, you got to make hard basket cuts and back cuts to try to loosen up the defense.
Wilson almost had a steal. The lengthy and super athletic sophomore, who on a lot of teams would be a starter. He comes off the bench, and he is a guy who can attack the rim and finish with authority. One of the best leapers probably in this semi-state. Woods, the mid-range. The tip back, though. On the follow, Wilson's got everything for Snider so far. Excuse me, that was Patterson. He's the first scorer besides Wilson.
Great crash to the rim by Patterson. Found a gap in there to get his hand on the ball to get that tip.
Peters, Wilson got left. Steps out. Cannot connect on a 3, but an offensive rebound for Darrell, who gave it right back to him.
What a great board by Darrell, and then the recognition, squares up, sees the cutter, makes a beautiful pass. It's all Darrell here for Crown Point early.
He's having one of maybe the best starts to a game, especially of this magnitude of his career. And Crown Point hoping the senior saved a moment. Wilson short on a 3, and there's Darrell to track it down.
Wilson can do that, but I like to see the ball move side to side a little bit first.
almost a chance for three again. And Mason Darrell is as aggressive as I've ever seen him.
Yeah, it's like Coach Swan challenged him in the pregame or something. He is being physical. He is being aggressive, getting downhill.
Made his only attempt so far, and he's short on this one. He made 60%. It was a not great shooting year for Mason Darrell. He is a guy who's known as a pretty good three-point shooter. Made 32% of his tries and 60, as I said, from this spot. Good start for the Bulldogs. Snider's hung in it because of Xavier Wilson, and as I mentioned, didn't get off to the best start in the regional either against Carmel, and then they settled in.
Yeah, a lot of times you face this Crown Point pressure. You got to see it. You see it on film, and then you face it. And you just got to figure out how to attack it, and they do right there. Shoot over top of it. And Snider can shoot the ball from deep, especially Wilson and Hogue.
That was T.J. Hogue. Good back cut, off-ball action, and Bryce Peters gets the layup.
Tell you what, I love that action because you had Rhodes cutting to the ball side block. That drew all the attention, and then slipping in behind was Peters.
Braylon Fertil from the corner, and the junior drills it from downtown.
Snider can shoot them way back into this game, but they got to do a much better job protecting the paint against Crown Point, who's just getting anything they want right now going to the basket.
Good head fake by Shaw. Missed again from inside. He's had a couple layups that he has not finished, and that was last touched by Hogue.
Well, Snider's doing a great job on late challenges, bringing a late help to Shaw. These are baskets that Shaw still should be able to finish, but the late help has caused Shaw some problems at the rim.
Looked like maybe that time he might have been in between trying to dunk it or finish the layup and a little off balance because of it. Being aggressive here, forced it up. Pops out and Fertil tracks it down. Here comes Xavier Wilson, so good in the open floor, and he draws the foul on Peters.
Crown Point needs to make sure they get back on defense against this Snider team who can push and transition with guys right there in Wilson. Tightened up here a bit since the quick start by Crown Point. Snider making a couple big threes. It's going to really come down to Snider protecting the paint, not giving Crown Point everything on the inside, forcing the Bulldogs to beat him from deep.
No hesitation there from Wilson. A good rebound by Reed Keggy. Caden Rhodes also in, has replaced his brother Kingston. Shaw trying to post up. Had a chance maybe to kick it out for Peters, but instead hits the fadeaway.
Oh, Fertil did a great job. Anytime you're forcing the guy to post up 15 feet away from the basket, not catching the ball on the block, but it was a nice patient move by Shaw, backing his way in, getting to a spot he was comfortable inside the paint.
Now he attacks the rim, and Shaw able to strip it out. And it will stay with Snider as Rhodes and Molaski return.
Fertil did a good job muscling that ball on the inside, and Shaw kept him in front and then got the hands in there down low, knocking that ball out of bounds.
They gum it up. Woods got the high catch, and he's got the soft touch.
Nice job there by Woods, coming down with it, not thinking, hey, it's a lob, I got to catch, lay it in, all in one motion. He comes down with it, gets the better shot.
And a travel as Wilson turns it over.
And there's that physicality of this Snider team, that time by Jordan Woods, forcing that travel. Good job here. Just clear it out. It's man-to-man pressure. Clear it out. Let Wilson bring that ball one-on-one down against Rhodes.
And Rhodes knocked it away, but it went right to Woods. Let's see if they try a post up here. Rhodes staying in front. It's a kick out. Hogue got his feet set and delivers from downtown.
33% three-point shooter, patient possession, getting the ball inside, drawing Crown Point's defenders, kicking out for the three.
Snider very much in this game after a slow start. Bulldogs want to take the final shot of the quarter. It's a good offensive quarter for both. And a foul off the ball as Darrell went flying. I think they're going to get TJ Hogue, yes. The foul is on him, and that was the team's 5th as well. So Mason Darrell, with 5.6 on the clock, is going to have a couple of free throws.
And you don't know exactly what's going on there. We've seen Mason Darrell play. He's the type of player, he's known that he can get inside the head of the opposing team. And maybe he's doing that there, forcing Hogue to get into him, and then maybe he sold it a little bit, maybe he didn't. I didn't have a clean look at it. Either way, it's just one of those things that Mason Darrell brings.
Let's see if the Panthers can get a quick one. Into Wilson, turns the corner, throws the lob backside for Woods, and it was tipped away, and then Rhodes able to dribble out the frame. Good quarter for both offensively. Crown Point got off to a pretty good start, and they'll take a 3-point lead to the second.
Anna, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, which is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. It was a sloppy start, as we've alluded to, for Snider. A few turnovers, just careless things, stepping on the sideline, throwing the ball out of bounds. In spite of all that, and Crown Point playing pretty well, especially over the first 4 to 5 minutes, got ourselves a good ball game after one.
Crown Point real quick coming out here in a 2-3 zone. Snider recognizes this, so they're making the adjustment. You don't see this a lot out of Crown Point, but yeah, and now they're going to switch it up. I think they just showed that. Now they're matching up, but good move there by Coach Swan. But yeah, you see that aggressive defense from Crown Point on film, and then once you face it, it takes you a while to adjust, and I think Snider's now settled in after a rough start.
Shaw maybe got away with the foul, but again, the Panthers just on the sideline.
And that's what you can't do against Crown Point. You can't have those long developing sets where you're holding the ball as guys are cutting and moving. You got to get into your offense right away because you're really asking a lot. Even a talented Xavier Wilson to hold that ball against this Crown Point pressure defense.
Kingston Rhodes had a great look. Coach Raikkonen was upset because Chase DeRosset got basically pushed out of the way by Dikembe Shaw. Should have been a foul. And keep an eye on the off-ball stuff. Here is Hogue.
It's very physical, on-ball, off-ball so far in this ball game, as you would expect from Snider and Crown Point, two physical ball teams.
Got all the way inside, but could not finish. And now it's Dikembe Shaw on the open floor. Got cut off and threw it to nobody.
He wanted to go coast to coast. Great job by Fertile, staying in front. And then there was good late help. And then Shaw got frustrated. The late help came by Jordan Woods. Shaw just turned and wanted to get rid of the ball. Didn't look to see where his teammates were. Ended up throwing it right to the Snider bench.
Here is Hogue. That is a deep one. And barely drew the rim.
Yeah, not a good shot that early in the possession. Got to try and at least get to the rim first, get a kick out.
No hesitation from Darrell on a three. And one of the smallest guys in the gym today, Rhodes, tracks down the miss and attacks the rack.
Yeah, you force Darryl to take, maybe a bad shot, albeit he's a good three-point shooter, but it was quick. Then you don't check out, don't get the rebound.
Rhodes, another steal, and now he's fouled. We saw this in the regional. Kingston Rhodes is as good of a on-ball defender and as good of hands in the passing lane as you will see.
Yeah, I'd like to see Snider start the offense out with a little dribble drive action. You got to get north-south against this ball pressure. You got a guy guarding you tight, try to take it to the rim. It's very difficult when you're facing denial defense to make that pass top of key to wing, especially the way Crown Point is so aggressive denying the ball with guys like Peters and Darryl. So I'd like to start with a drive or maybe a basket cut right away to try to loosen up the Bulldogs defense.
Shaw, I think, wanted to shoot that. The pass wasn't the best. Now he throws it away again.
Yeah, second straight time, Shaw just kind of no look, throws the ball to nobody.
Wilson on the attack. And Shaw's got the rebound. Crown Point always trying to push tempo. Shaw went right around Woods, and he scores.
That time, Shaw able to get to the rim, but go back to the previous possession. Snider didn't score, but immediately they got into a dribble drive action, which is what you need to do against Crown Point. They're doing it again here.
Wilson able to draw the foul. He got a step on Mulaski, and he's going to the free throw line.
Immediately get downhill, get a ball screen, or just attack, drive, and kick, but you can't stand out there and have these long developing sets. You can't just dribble the ball down the court and think you're going to make a pass to the wing. You got to start with a drive. You got to, whether you do it off a ball screen or a guy like Wilson, letting him create himself.
And Wilson normally pretty good from the free throw line, 76%. Only TJ Hogue had a better number. He's on the bench now with 2 fouls, speaking of Hogue.
2-3 zone here for Snider. Saw Crown Point at least fake like they were going to play it. Snider's actually going to stay in it.
Bryce Peters working the middle of it. They all went away from Mason Darryl, who's wide open from the corner. And Mason Darryl continues the great offensive first half. And Josh Raikkonen, not happy with his team, needs timeout.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Welcome back to the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, which is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. Crown Point, their largest lead, 9 points. And they've done it defensively and with the offensive game of Mason Darryl. There's Jordan Woods working against Shaw. Out here, that's a deep one for DeRosset. And a long rebound came out to Woods. Tried to slip it inside, and that was last touched by Kingston Rhodes.
Good call there by the official. A lot of hands, a lot of traffic. That could be a tough one to see. Got it right as Rhodes got a piece of it.
Hogue back in the game, playing with 2 fouls. Here is Pascal in the mid-range, and that's way short.
Good job by Crown Point checking out, swarming the lane. Snider sent 3 guys back in transition. Had no one crashing the offensive glass.
Mulaski the handoff to Peters, who gets downhill. And Pascal was there to block the shot. And it is off of Mulaski last.
You see this full court man pressure Crown Point. Hardest part here is getting the ball inbounds, then clear it out as they're doing and let Wilson go to work against Bryce Peters.
Go inside for Fertil. There's no call. Darrell went down. And the ball went out of bounds. I mean, I don't think anybody on Crown Point touched the ball. I'm not sure how it can possibly be off the Bulldogs, but maybe it hit the foot of Mason Darrell.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
It looked clearly like that ball was going to be out of bounds off Snider.
In the corner, Wilson way short on a three. It came to Hogue, who throws up a floater. And Mason Darrell in there to collect the miss, and now a foul.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Anytime you foul 84 feet away from the basket, you crash for the glass. Usually comes after a missed layup, and it ends up being a frustration foul. But Snider really needs to settle in now. They need to get stops so they can find themselves again offensively.
Kembe Shaw got some space again, missed at the rim. There was some contact from behind and no call.
We've seen him be very aggressive going to the rim. Hasn't finished well so far in this game. But Snider may have gotten away with a little push, as you alluded to.
On the take.
Hogue hanging in the air, creating just enough space to get that ball in. Felt like he hung in the air for a long time until he was able to find some type of alley to get that ball off the backboard.
This foul goes on Braylon Fertil. Crown Point still with a 7-point lead. Mulaski gets it back up to 9.
We've seen that twice now where Snider, both defenders, go for the fake. Everyone left Mulaski that time. It's not a mistake you want to make defensively, is leave the ball. I'd rather have 5 guys on the ball than none on it.
Tough shot for Xavier Wilson.
That's what he did in the first quarter to get Snider back into the game, creating for himself. He needs to be aggressive here to give Snider a strong finish.
Skip pass, Shaw left wide open. And now a foul on the drive. And it's on Katron Pascal. That is his 3rd foul. They gambled a bit to bring him back in. He has been a non-factor. No points and 3 fouls in this game. Shaw, the late slip on the inbound set, and again at the rim, bothered, but able to collect and finish.
They were setting up a double screen there. Everyone goes to the ball. Shaw slips inside, able to make one of the 2 layups there, but he has really struggled finishing at the rim.
He's matched up here against Fertil. Wilson on the cross. Peters trying to contain the Panthers' leading scorer. Wilson kicks. Fertil already made one from this spot. Cannot connect. Good rebound for Kingston Rhodes.
A lot of one and done for Snider. They got to try to create some second opportunities. I know they're concerned about the Crown Point transition game, so they're sending 2-3 guys back on defense.
Shaw. His first try from the outside, and Snider's got the miss. Here's Jordan Woods. Got to the free throw line and hits the mid-range.
What a nice move. In the open court, going behind his back, getting to the free throw lane, elevating from mid-range. Love to see the mid-range game.
Snider's hung around. They have not let this lead get to double digits yet. Darrell, tight catch for him. Now attacks the rim, and he got fouled from behind.
That's what Darrell did to start this ball game off. Very aggressive, getting to the rim, getting to the basket as he does there. It's been a lot of Darrell and Shaw getting downhill. That's been Crown Point's focus.
Another trip to the charity stripe for Mason Darrell. And he gets the kind bounce. Whole host of changes for Coach Swan, as he takes everybody off the floor except for Darrell.
First time we've seen Jack Lux into the ball game. Sharpshooter from deep. You should try to get him a look once he enters.
It's Caden Rhodes now guarding Wilson. Good hands by Michael Wilson. He gets the ball back. Wilson inside, and he's going to the free throw line.
Got to get back on defense against Crown Point, especially off those turnovers. Don't turn one mistake into two. You turn the ball over, sprint back, protect the rim. Crown Point's so good at attacking in the open floor.
Shamar Reddick called for the foul. The Snider bench and the student representation didn't think it was a foul, but it clearly was. And MJ Wilson at the line where he made 73%. Crown Point, they're up 8 and having a pretty good half as they will get the ball back. But if there's one thing, they've missed 5 or 6 free throws already. Don't have to think about that later if you're the Bulldogs.
And almost as many layups. So they've left a lot of points on the floor here in this first half where they could have had, at least a double-digit lead.
Darrell had a really tough catch. Now they leak out. And it is time for a jam. Lane Patterson.
Patterson with the big throwdown, trying to give some momentum back to the Panthers. And now maybe an opportunity to hold for one. Very difficult to do, though, against this Crown Point defense.
As good of a half as he's had. A mistake by Mason Darrell. Now it's Wilson. Gives it up here for Reddick. Woods on the spin, got around Darrell, blows inside, and a blocking foul is called on Jack Lux.
Yeah, that was bang-bang right there. Maybe Jack started leaning back a little bit first. I don't know. I think that one was missed. But again, we say it all the time. The toughest call for an official to make, the block charge. We have the advantage of the replay. And Snider got to take advantage of this opportunity. Made free throw here, stop. Now you're down 4. And Snider would have gotten that way by winning the last 3-4 minutes of this second quarter.
Woods only made 49% this year, but he knocks them both in. And Snider, again, hanging in, only down 4. We'll see if Crown Point can take the final shot. Gotta go here if you're Peters. Tries the 3 and hits. Bryce Peters, a big bucket right before the halftime horn. Bumps the Crown Point lead up to 7 at halftime.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
When the world is watching, you stand taller. You deliver. The moments get bigger, but the spotlight doesn't create belief or greatness. It reveals it. And on this stage, we play for more than wins. Because some teams don't wait for the moment. They live it. This is Fever Basketball. The world's been watching. Now you know.
Hennigenberg Roofing offers roof replacements, repairs, and new construction. CertainTeed Shingle Master certified, our goal is to treat every customer and project with respect, courtesy, and honesty. Serving Northwest Indiana for over 63 years, contact us for a free roof replacement estimate at 219-365-8879. Mention this ad and receive a free upgrade to CertainTeed Pro Shingles. Hennigenberg Roofing, 219-365-8879.
Whoa, bummer. Well, at least you get to see your insurance agent, right?
Yeah, you're right. Sure, my car got struck by lightning, but my Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Mike, is gonna help me figure it out. So awesome. Oh, here he is. Big Mike!
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process, so you don't have to go it alone.
You don't want to miss this. The pace, the noise, the moments you don't forget. Get in now with a $100 refundable per-seat deposit and secure priority access to the best available seats and best pricing for the 2026-27 season. The earlier you act, the better your options. Don't miss it. Secure your spot today.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
7-point lead for Crown Point at the break here at historic Northside Gym in Elkhart, Indiana, for our 2026 boys basketball semi-state round on the IHSA Champions Network, which is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. We remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. It was mostly good for Crown Point in the first half, Tim Fedler, but Snider able to do enough. Xavier Wilson leading that charge offensively to stay in this game. It feels like Crown Point played a pretty sizably margin better than Snider did, and yet here we are right in the game, a 7-point difference.
Yeah, and as we alluded to at the end of the first half, Crown Point left a bunch of points off the board. Missed layups, missed free throws. Otherwise, this could be easily a double-digit lead. But you've seen the focus for Crown Point early. It's getting downhill, getting to Kembe Shaw. They tried early on trying to get him a lot of touches, and then it was Mason Darrell. Those two guys really trying to get to the paint. Darrell had a great start to this ball game in the first quarter. Shaw was able to get to the rim almost at will, just wasn't able to connect when he got there. Moving forward, Snider needs to do a better job forcing Crown Point to be a perimeter team, closing out the lane. You can't just count on Crown Point to get to the basket and not make those layups in the second half. So you got to find a way to get to the gaps, get good solid help, and close out the lane. Try to force Crown Point to be a perimeter team. Yes, they can beat you from out there, but they didn't have to in the first half. They're getting to the basket too easily right now.
One of the big things for Crown Point, too, that if they don't end up holding on or expanding onto this lead and winning this ball game, they're going to regret some missed free throws and some point-blank layups that they left, points left on the scoreboard, or off the scoreboard, I should say, in that first half as well.
Yeah, they get to the basket, pretty much whenever they want, and that's what Snider needs to work on. They just need to do a better job making Crown Point a more perimeter-based team. And, if you're Snider, they just have to get early offense. When you sit there and you hold the ball offensively and try to get these long developing set plays or try to make that wing entry, very difficult to do. When Snider started their offense with a quick ball screen or just a dribble drive to the basket, that's when they had success. Get north-south, get downhill quickly, draw those Crown Point defenders in, and then play your inside-outside game from there. Well, you hold the ball on the perimeter too long against Crown Point, you'll turn it over, their transition game will get going, and the Bulldogs are very good in the fast break.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Raikkonen has in the second half. It's a 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. Third quarter next.
What?
This means we get to talk to Denise.
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process so you don't have to go it alone.
Denise!
Hey. Wow.
We were just talking about you. That's so funny.
Summer's coming, and Deep River Water Park is taking applications for all positions. We have jobs both inside and out for all ages that offer great benefits. Free admission on your day off for you and a friend. Free uniforms, paid training, make new friends, flexible scheduling, and more. To apply, just go to deepriverwaterpark.com and you're on your way to a summer of rewarding fun.
Deep River Water Park. It's simply splash-tastic.
My name is Cliff Hawkins, and I've been a head basketball coach for 44 years. In 2020, I found out that my kidney was failing. In 2023, I was able to be added to the transplant list. That's kind of where it started for me.
My name is Kira Newkirk. I am the Vice President of Business Operations at Indiana Donor Network. I just felt this calling to do something. I decided to donate my kidney to Cliff.
It was so touching and overwhelming. What a great person she is to do this.
I have been a nurse for 20 years, and I've spent every day going to work thinking about how do I make a difference. It's the most human thing that you can do.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career, your first pay raise, the 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family, or the day of your last car loan payment, much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree, we care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
When I was in the room and Dr. Klutwig was like, you tore your ACL, I think my first thought was career ending, like this is over. I think one of the first sentences out of his mouth was, you're gonna dance again. You know, you could tell he truly cared and he wanted me to get back to dancing, which I really appreciated. He was really great in that moment, and from then on, I've just been recovering and rehabbing ever since. I can't imagine being where I am today without them and doing any of this without Forte and the other physical therapists.
You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. With Coach Tim Fedler, Sam Michael, our entire crew here on the IHSAA Champions Network on this, what is a beautiful, I at least assume. When we walked in, it was about 40 degrees, but it's supposed to be 70 or at least close to it today here in Elkhart. And it's been a good crowd, especially in game number 1, and the Northridge contingent will be back for game number 2. They brought a ton of folks here, so expect a good crowd tonight. And the question at this point, Tim, is who is Northridge going to face? And right now, Crown Point has a slight edge in that category.
Yeah, Snider's done a good job hanging around, but it's been Crown Point in control of the game pretty much from the opening tip. They got off to the quick start. Snider got right back into it, but Crown Point's hung around, so is Snider going to be able to make some adjustments, make a run, not only close the gap at some point, get that lead?
Trying to get Shaw going early, and they're going to earn him a trip to the free throw line as Darrell was able to set the screen that got him free, and that's a key foul called on TJ Hogue, who just picked up his third.
We saw Shaw get to the rim and have a lot of space to work with in the first half, just wasn't able to make the layups. This time, Snider did a better job of closing in on him, albeit a little too late, and then having the foul.
More missed free throws for Crown Point. This is an 81% maker at the line in Dikembe Shaw. Largest lead Crown Point has had has been 9 points. It's at 8 right now.
Snider's done a good job handling this full court pressure for the most part against Crown Point, and that's a big part of the reason why right there, number 3, getting him the ball.
Wilson off the spin move, and he hits.
Early offense, getting to the basket early, not standing around on the perimeter. That's the key for Snider.
Mason Darrell, a great first half, but a turnover here as Peters was open, but not a ton of space to get it to him.
A rare mistake, especially tonight for Mason Darrell, who's had a tremendous start to this game.
Katron Pascal goes by Tank. Had a tough first half himself. No points and 3 fouls. Was a non-factor. And that pass going nowhere. Out of bounds is going to go back to Crown Point.
Well, you had a slip there for DeRosich, slipping to the basket. That's who they wanted to get the ball to. He was open slightly, maybe early, but there was just way too much traffic to try to get that ball in there, and they weren't able to connect.
And a steal as Pascal got the entry pass. Snider basketball down 6. Wilson, the guy who's kept him in it. DeRossit from the corner. That's a 3.
Early offense, attacking the basket, drawing the double team, kicking it to DeRossit, running the baseline to the corner.
And he is a marksman, 40% from downtown. Peters, who had the 3 right before halftime. Mulaski made 1. Going in the other direction, but from the same spot. A couple of 3s for Cooper Mulaski, who only made 5 the entire year.
Yeah, how about that answer for Crown Point? He shoots it well. He shoots at a high percentage, as you said, doesn't shoot very many. Teams tend to give him that look, and when it's wide open is when he typically takes it.
He's a guy who only averaged 4.4 points per game. Shaw working against the big fella, and that's a foul. As he leaned in right as Pascal was going into the shooting motion, and he is going to go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, big reason as to why that ball was so short on that last contact. As Tank goes in there, he initiated the contact, and then, as you said, the little push from Shaw right at the last second.
Pascal made 60% from the line this year. And he's got his first points. A guy who averaged 9 and 7 this year. Just under 7, I should say, in rebounds. And he's got 1 of 2. Quick push here for Shaw, who lines a 3 and drills it.
He's so good in transition. Didn't see an opportunity to get to the basket. Pulls the 3, contested 3, and still knocks it in.
Dribbled it off the own teammate there, did Wilson, off of Pascal's foot. Now resets. They run the high-low. Couldn't handle the catch. Rhodes in transition, and he's fouled by Xavier Wilson, who's now shaken up as well as he went down awkwardly.
And that's another thing Crown Point does so well. They never miss an opportunity when they see a ball on the floor, an opportunity to dive down, get a hand on it, get their transition game going, as you saw right there by Rhodes.
Bucket here could give Crown Point their largest lead. They got close a few times to get it to 10 and never did. Peters off the cross. It was knocked away, but it went right to Mulaski, and they're up 10.
No, that was good hands by Wilson. Unfortunately, went right to a wide-open Mulaski.
DeRossit couldn't get a shot away. Patterson is wide open. They need this one. Still won't fall for Snider. We're going to get a foul on the rebound, as DeRossit was in there, and he was held down by Mason Darrell.
Feels like a big moment here for Snider. Have to get a good look and then start putting some stops together. Again, Snider's done a good job hanging around in this one, but still, to that point, Crown Point's always felt like they've been in control.
DeRossit, the window and the spin down for the left-handed shooter.
Top of the key, finding the bank.
Quick answer for Kingston Rhodes.
And that's what Crown Point can do. You get a little momentum going, you make a big shot, and they can just answer and wipe that away so quickly.
Knocked away. Darrell got a hand. He's been aggressive in attacking the bucket and does again. And a timeout taken by Josh Raikkonen. 11 points, the largest CP lead.
Anna, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
You are watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. Mason Darrell having himself a day. A steal, and he went all the way in transition. Crown Point, their largest lead.
Look, a little overload here for Snider, trying to clear out Wilson, get him to the rim as he does successfully.
Xavier Wilson is the guy who has kept his team in it. Darrell again, and count it, a chance for 4.
Now we're going to get a flop warning against Darrell
right,
as he went down to the floor. But either way, the 3 will count. He thinks he's shooting a free throw, and now he realizes it.
I saw the official signal to count it, so I thought he was going to go for the 4-point play. But it is a flop warning against Mason Darrell, so if that happens again, anyone on Crown Point, it would be a technical foul.
He's known to get one of those every few games or so. Good defensive effort there on the closeout by Darrell, closing in on DeRosa, who's hit a couple big threes here in the third quarter.
Wilson trying to keep his team in it. DeRossett as well. He's got a couple of threes, and now a hand check called against Mason Darrell.
Yeah, Crown Point always very aggressive on the ball defense. At times, Darrell just got a little too handsy, got a little push off there with the left hand.
Mason Darrell, by the way, 19 points, a game high for him.
He got off to that quick start in the first quarter, maybe cooled off a little in the second, and now he's found it again here in the third.
They went under the screen a bit. Wilson trying. Shaw had it for a moment, and Mulaski able to snatch it.
This is where Crown Point's so dangerous in the open court. Good job this time by Snider stopping the ball.
You can see Rhodes thought about the 3. Now he attacks. And a foul called out high. Fouls on Lane Patterson. And TJ Hogue and Tank Pascal return for Snider. And Wilson goes to the bench. Rhodes got open and then used the shot fake to get the layup.
Yeah, a little up screen. They looked like they were sending the shooter around to the corner. And then you forget about the dive on the weak side.
Pascal drags, he couldn't handle the pass, and he was the last to touch. They've been trying to work that high screen and roll, and a couple of times threw that lob pass away.
Big moments here, last 3 minutes. Can Snider win these last 3 minutes, get this to single digits, have an opportunity in the fourth, or does Crown Point extend this maybe closer to 20 and start to maybe put this one away?
Patient possession here for Clint Swan's team. Darrell again on a take to the rim. Didn't get all the way there, but he does draw the foul. Chase DeRosset is called for the foul. That's his first. Quick lob out of bounds, and Darrell got run over, and there's no call. Clint Swan wanted a foul. It's 5-on-4 coming the other way. Here's a 3-try for Fertil. Hogue knocked it out, came to Shaw, and now a foul is called. As Dikembe Shaw went to dribble and he got run over. And Josh Raikkonen is furious with Joe Rudolph, but I think that's the right call. You have to give the dribbler an opportunity to start dribbling, and that was clear as day once you watch the replay. That was absolutely against Chase DeRosset.
Yeah, it was even a late slide over by DeRosset getting in the way of Shaw. I think what Coach Raikkonen's referring to more is I saw him kind of want the high dribble, maybe looking for a carry or a travel.
His first dribble. It doesn't matter.
I didn't think that would have been the call either. But yeah, DeRosset with the late slide, which, you know, you give up the free throws, but if Shaw's able to gather that ball, you have Mason Peters, who was standing at half court the entire time, was ready to leak out. He was going to have an open layup anyway.
2 free throws for Dikembe Shaw, who quietly has scored 14 points today.
Mason Darrell, I should say, not Peters.
Crossover by Woods, has hit a couple of J's in the mid-range, cannot. Good rebound by Molaski. He's had a good ball game today as well. Rhodes, trailer is Peters. Shaw able to track it down, and he got fouled, and he's going to go right back to the line.
Good job initially by Snider, stopping the ball, forcing that kick out for the 3. And then Snider just not checking out, giving Crown Point way too many opportunities, which you can't do when you're chasing 16.
Couple of subs here for Crown Point. Caden Rhodes in for his brother Kingston. Peters is out in favor of MJ Wilson. As you said, Crown Point starting to inch this one closer to 20. And Snider well within danger. They've still got 10 minutes of game time, but they got to turn this around quickly.
It was 14 a minute ago, and now it's up to 18. I talked about which way is this game going to go. It's going Crown Point's way, and they're ready to put the clamp on this one.
And they needed that. Hogue was wide open and couldn't connect from deep. And you can see it right now on the face of the players for Snider and their bench and coaching staff. It's hard to have energy when the game's going in the other direction. Here's Shaw. They bring the double at him. And Crown Point, we saw this in the regional. They will work this 5-out offense and just work the corners of the half-court floor. Shaw, backdoor, got to Molaski, and he dunks it home.
Spreading you out, looking for that opportunity, looking for a layup-only opportunity, either on the drive or on the pass. Great pass, getting that ball into Molaski, and the monster flush, pushing the lead to 20.
Wilson, and a foul before that is Wilson on the other side for Crown Point is called for the foul against Pascal on the post-up. Xavier Wilson has been the guy who has kept his team in it. He has a team-high 12. And right now, they need him to maybe take this game over. Having trouble just getting it in. They find Hogue. Hogue lost it. He took it right into a double. It's Shaw with Molaski. Shaw had it knocked away. And they're going to get a foul on Pascal.
I thought that should have been against Shaw, lowering his shoulder. I'm not sure Pascal did anything there as he was retreating. But the aggressor going to the basket sometimes gets the benefit of the call, and Shaw so good in the open court attacking the rim.
And he has lived at the free throw line in this quarter. And has 16 points now, one away from his average. Some of the Northridge folks still here. getting an eye on who their team is going to face tonight at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And Crown Point in a great position for that to be them. Hogue, and one.
Hogue trying to keep his team in it, attacking the basket, getting the three-point play opportunity. And that's what Snider needs to do. They need more in transition, early offense, getting to the rim, getting north-south as soon as possible, taking the layup when it's there. If it's not, kick it out, possible three, or repeat the situation, drive to the rim, look for another layup opportunity.
The foul was called on Liam Bazin, who just came in for Crown Point. And TJ Hogue, their best free throw shooter, at the line to finish off a three-point play. It's an 18-point lead for Crown Point, who I imagine will try to take the final shot.
1-3-1 defense here for Snider, and it pays off.
And they can't because they turned it over. Rhodes almost got it back. Woods had it knocked away twice. Caden Rhodes relentless defensively. And now he's in a tough spot. And Clint Swan is going to bail him out with the timeout. 20 seconds to play in the third, and right now Crown Point is in control.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round of the IHSA Champions Network, which is presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. Crown Point entered this quarter up 7. They have used a big third to bump it up to 18 and have the chance for the last shot.
Snider's going to stay in the 1-3-1 zone, try to force a trap, try to force a turnover, try to get a quick score.
Kagi was open inside. Here's Caden Rhodes, got to go. 2 seconds, not going to get a shot, but they foul. And Josh Raikkonen cannot believe that his team just did the unthinkable. I mean, Caden Rhodes was not going to be able to get the ball even towards the rim with 1.1 on the clock, and Jordan Woods commits the foul.
Yeah, that's just understanding the situation, understanding how much time's on the clock, keeping that trap, forcing a desperation shot for Crown Point. Instead, Caden Rhodes, opportunity for 2 free throws, knocks in the first.
Missed the second. Chance for a look for Patterson, and the heave does not go. Snider's got to turn it around in a hurry. They want to make some history, a big comeback, or is Crown Point headed to the final tonight?
Don't want to miss this. The pace, the noise, the moments you don't forget. Get in now with a $100 refundable per-seat deposit and secure priority access to the best available seats and best pricing for the 2026-27 season. The earlier you act, the better your options. Don't miss it. Secure your spot today.
When the world is watching, you stand taller. You deliver. The moments get bigger, but the spotlight doesn't create belief or greatness. It reveals it. And on this stage, we play for more than wins. Because some teams don't wait for the moment. They live it. This is Fever Basketball. The world's been watching. Now you know.
Start of the fourth here from Northside Gym in Elkhart as we welcome you back to the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round of the IHSA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. It is all Crown Point so far. Up 18 now. Snider, big possession. to start this fourth quarter, but cannot finish for Hogue in the lane.
But it was the right idea. That's what you got to do. You got to attack. You know, I've been beating that drum all game. You need early offense. You need to get downhill. And that's what Snider tried to do there. Just couldn't finish.
Good ball movement. Darrell from the corner. And Mason Darrell adds to his impressive day. He's got 22.
And it's just Crown Point playing unselfish, making the extra pass, getting Darrell open in the corner.
And a turnover as Fertil dribbled it off his own foot. And Crown Point continues to expand their advantage. Kingston Rhodes wide open for three. Popped all the way out to Dikembe Shaw. Darrell again. Kingston Rhodes the follow plus the foul.
No checkout, 2 offensive rebounds for Crown Point. The second leads to a crash to the rim and a tip in, as you're going to see here, by Kingston Rhodes, coming in untouched until he gets the shot off. He gets bumped from behind.
Rhodes trying to finish off a potential old-fashioned three-point play. Now you always get that on the tip back for the little guy, and he does.
And Crown Point, not only with this big lead, we'll see if it maintains and how they're able to play this fourth quarter in terms of resting starters, but they've gone extremely deep on that bench. I think they've played at least 10 guys. I'm not sure, maybe all 12, at least all 12 will probably get in at some point. And Northridge was challenged early. We'll see if that's going to come into play today. Crown Point definitely will be the more rested of the two teams.
Mason Darrell, again, his aggressiveness today has been from the jump. Attacking Tank Pascal in transition, and he just fouled out.
And Pascal's task was to be very physical defensively here in this ball game, and you can see he tried. He just picked up some fouls early, got into foul trouble, and is now going to exit this one early.
And that was one of the big concerns for Clint Swan, I would imagine. He's the big 6'6" forward. Like we've referenced tonight, they call him Tank for a reason. He has a lot to handle. But it just was not his day. And so far, barring something changing, it has not been the day of Snider either. Another rebound from Molaski. Darrell was open, could add a layup potentially, but he'll step out from the corner. Left it a bit short. Hustled in there, but got a little too aggressive and gets called for the foul.
Boy, as a shooter, you know when that ball leaves your hand wrong. Darrell almost beat the ball to the rim. As soon as that ball released, he knew it was off. He sprinted in to try to get a rebound.
Actually called that on Molaski, but either way, Wilson, he has been the guy who's kept Snider in it. He gets an easy layup. And Josh Raikkonen will burn a timeout. 6:12 to go.
My name is Samantha Markham. When I was 15, I was riding bareback and slipped off the horse. My ACL and PCL needed to be replaced with donor grafts, and that's when I became a recipient of a tissue donation. It's one of the greatest gifts that anyone can give, and I really think there's a lot of power in the community that comes with saying yes to organ and tissue donation.
All Crown Point here in the fourth quarter. Tight throughout the first half. And then things have expanded in favor of the visiting team on the scoreboard. And speaking of visiting team, they're the team who had to travel the furthest. And hoping they have a date with the Raiders tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Caden Rhodes had it blocked. Patterson able to recover. And eventually Wilson got to it. Wilson surrounded though. Crown Point just relentless defensively. And another steal.
It's so hard when you handle the ball behind your back like that in traffic, especially against Crown Point, who is always opportunistic. Anytime there's the ball on the floor or the ball handler takes his eyes off it, to close in and get a hand on it.
And they go back to this 5-out offense. One guy in the middle. And everybody else operating in the corner of the half court.
Yeah, going to the old Carolina four-corner offense. Maybe at a layup-only situation, although we've seen Crown Point, when they get the open three, looking to take it. Big collision underneath.
And probably a good case for a foul there against Dikembe Shaw. Hogue outside. Braylon Fertil, that's not close. It's an air ball. It was saved by Wilson. And Crown Point content to let that clock run as we're under 5 to play. Peters off the cross.
Again, probably in a layup-only situation here. You're going to see some open threes they're going to pass up on. They just want to move the ball around. Save as much energy as possible for what looks like a matchup tonight with Northridge.
Peters lost the handle. But Darrow just, again, working this clock down. We're almost to 4 minutes. And now a foul.
It's a smart move. Anytime you get a defender bringing his hand down low, you know, that rip through, bring the ball through and up, initiating that contact. Even though you're initiating it offensively, you're getting that defensive hand hitting you, you're going to get the call almost every time.
Lasky's on the backside. We saw this once. He had a dunk earlier and a lay-in this time.
Smart play. Saw the late contest coming in. Just decided to take the easy layup to show 2 points.
How about the game Cooper Molaski's had? Plenty of rebounds. He's got 14 points. A couple of threes. Patterson trying a three of his own. That's an air ball as well. And Snider looks like they are totally out of gas.
And one big three, I think it was Molaski who made it when Snider made a three, got within 3 points. About 5 seconds later, Molaski knocks one in to put him up 6.
A lot of firsts for this Snider team since 2009. But that is going to end today as Xavier Wilson is called for the foul. And Josh Raikkonen is going to clear the bench. Well, he was at least. Looked like he was starting to count guys who were coming in.
Crown Point still, I believe, with their starters out there. It's always the thing between two head coaches in this situation. Who makes the move first? Does Swan pull his guys, or is he waiting for Coach Raikkonen to go to the bench, and then Snider will empty his bench as well?
Josh Raikkonen will use his final timeout. All Crown Point in the second half, poised to play tonight.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
You're watching the 2026 Boys Basketball Semi-State Round on the IHSA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and powered by the Heartland Sports Network. This is knocked away, taken by Reed Kagi. Left it for Basin, but he had it blocked. And now a foul And it'll go back to Snider.
Basin was patient, maybe a little too patient. If he's a little more aggressive getting to the basket, he may have an opportunity for an open layup. As Crown Point goes to all subs out there today. I know we've seen some of these guys on the floor already, but perhaps some new ones out there. Might be the first time we've seen Christian Hughes on the floor.
And Jace Quarles, the junior for Snider, gets a bucket. Kegi will try from the corner. And rebound for Jordan Davis. All subs out there at this point for both sides. The only guy who had seen any kind of minutes was Jordan Woods.
Tarico Fields battling out there. Right there for Snider. Got his hand on the ball out there for the first time. Donovan Wembley. I think you just mentioned Jordan Davis. Try to give everyone a mention out there. All the new guys out there. Nathan, is it Drosky for Crown Point?
And the junior at 6'6". Has played in 16 games this year as Kegi gets the bucket. Well, we've got our game tonight decided, and of course we'll talk more about it once we get to the pregame, but your quick thoughts as we saw Northridge earlier today, and we've seen Crown Point obviously a few times this year and saw them now comfortably winning this ball game. As you look at the Raiders, it'll be a challenge for Crown Point, number one, just walking in, not even on the court, but it'll be how they handle the crowd. I expect at least the same amount of people, if not even more, tonight. And they took up about, I don't know, at least half of this gym, if not more. A gym that fits 7,000. There was a good 3,000 to 4,000 people from Northridge, so that'll be a challenge, but what do you expect on the floor as well?
Typically, a lot more people who watch us in the morning will come out to the nightcap, so I expect Homestead to have at least half this gym filled as it was this morning, maybe a little bit more than that. I'd be disappointed if Crown Point doesn't send a few more people out. Usually Crown Point's well represented in their student section, only about 2.5 rows deep right there, as you can kind of see off to the left of the camera. So I would hope more people from Crown Point would get in their cars and drive out here, but I expect to see a very physical game because these are going to be two physical teams once again between Crown Point and Northridge. A fun matchup. You look at the bigs between Brady Skoll working against, I don't know who's going to guard each other, but going up against Dikembe Shaw for Crown Point. So it'll be a fun matchup with those two. The key is going to be Northridge, who runs phenomenal half-court offense, Princeton style, spreads things out. Can they protect the ball and get inside, get open looks, and withstand that Crown Point perimeter ball pressure? I don't think Peters will be the matchup. Who for Crown Point are they going to throw on Brady Skoll, who's just an absolute beast when he has the ball in his hand, getting downhill, getting to the rim? So that'll be interesting to see how Coach Swan approaches that, but I think we're going to be in for one heck of a ball game, similar to what we had in game number one here.
Big credit to Coach Josh Redconen and his staff. Their season comes to an end, but a lot of firsts for them. It had been over 15 years since they had gotten to this level, but Crown Point just too much to handle here today. Reminds you this